Well, hello again. Welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. I hope that you are having a beautiful Saturday. This is Saturday morning, and I promised you I would be on by 11. So I tried to keep my word. The only times I don't is when it's something totally beyond my control. So as we enter the chat room, if you will, please, please, please hit that like button. And I often have people in the chat reach out and say, how can I help? You hitting that like button, you sharing the stream out, that helps the channel to grow. My girls, I am so glad you're here. I need you for backup. Tijuana Border Jumper, of course, is here. But my girls, you know how when you say things and I pick on you and I laugh and I put you in the corner, but we have the same thought process as it relates to YNs and the things they're doing to not just Black people, but white or whoever. Anyone can become a victim. And when we say things, people drop in the comment section and accuse of self-loathing, self-hating. It's none of that. The truth has to be told. And that's just where we are. So yeah, share this stream. Yes, my girls, boom. Yes, I put you in the corner sometimes. We have a good laugh and then you come out with more fire. That's okay. I know, and I hope Beverly is here because sometimes she's afraid to say things. Oh, I don't want anyone to think I'm racist. We don't think anything like that. You drop the truth here, whoever you are. If it's truth, it's just truth. It's not being right. The truth is not racist. There's right and there's wrong. Boom. Okay, so here we go. I'll do the roll call and then we'll jump right into it. All right. Tijuana Border Jumper, how are you doing, love? Joel is here. My girls, of course. Hello again, dear. Tina is here. Tina and my girls help me to stay sane and help me to hold it down. Dorian, how are you doing, love? Stacy, hello. Where are we? Beverly, hello. Jermaine, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in before you go to work. Yes, Maya Sisters is back. How you doing, Maya? Okay. And so look at this title, folks. And I wish we could get a large stream of people to come in and listen to what we're saying today. Right? My girls, you know, the old people used to tell us, if you do something wrong, you own it. They would not allow you to weasel your way out of anything. Thank you, Tina. Yes, Tina. Tina, you've been here for a long time. You know, I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't care what color you are. And I came across this channel, and she doesn't really do political stuff. She does mostly stuff that we don't talk about. But when I came across this video, I'm like, yeah, because what she's saying is exactly how I feel. My girls are from what you were saying the last stream when we were talking about this incident. You had some strong feelings about it as well. How you doing, T and Michelle? Well, this is an interesting title headline, Rolynn. I will stay a spell to further understand what you intended to discuss. The title seems a bit rage baiting, but I'm open-minded. T and Michelle, it's not rage baiting. Let me go over this title. Ghetto Black children should be incarcerated for their crimes. 10, we are seeing way too many instances of young Black children, and these were children with this incident. We're talking elementary school, attacking people, carjacking people, shooting people. 10, you need to check out some prior videos. This is not rage baiting. These are actual events and incidences that are taking place, because the truth will set you free. Again, TN, I don't think you're in often, but you have to check out prior videos. I talk about this often, okay? People have to be held accountable. I don't give a care how old you are. The reason things are as bad as they are is because people have been allowed to get away with their crimes. Tina, yes, yes. So I'm not rage baiting, but I am speaking truth. And when this YouTuber's video popped up in my stream and I watched it, I said, oh yes, I'm sharing this because we were talking about this. And Tia and Michelle, are you familiar with this 32-year-old mother in Chicago who was attacked by elementary school students? And they had one to record it and everyone was laughing, cursing. They attacked her. She wound up in the hospital. Her son wound up in the hospital. I don't care if you're elementary school students and you're participating in adult ghetto activities, you need to be locked up. Boom. I don't have an issue with that. Now, and as T and Michelle referenced the title, Ghetto Black Children, but I will go so far as to say any children. If you are engaged in adult crimes, I have no sympathy for you. And my girls, we were talking about making excuses and denying responsibility for one's actions only breeds victimhood and oppression mentality. Keep dropping your truths, my girls. You know, we're on the same wavelength. So the world doesn't revolve around Black people. Boom. And for those that don't know, Dorian is Black. So we here have an open mind, but we do not ignore the pink elephant in the room. Maya sisters, I was born and raised in Chicago. This topic is important to me. I will comment throughout the podcast. Thanks for highlighting this problem. Maya, I will continue to highlight this problem. I will not be the proverbial ostrich over here with my head in the sand, pretending that these things are not happening. Yes, I know some people will drop in and say some horrible things. I don't care. So let's watch this, because like I said, I watched this young lady's video and she said the quiet part out loud. Let's listen to what she had to say. I agree with everything she said.
Anyone that decides to say anything.
Also, okay, in this video, some of the parents of those young future criminals, and as I told you, how you doing chatting with common sense? The world doesn't revolve around anyone. Yeah. So as we said, the parent, when the parents started speaking out, as soon as they opened their mouth, you understood what the problem was. And these children acting in this manner, we know where they got it from. These single mothers. I'm just saying. So listen to this. They were trying to defend their children.
Keep it respectful. This is the child.
So this lady right here is the mother of this child who was involved in those Black ghetto activities.
How are you going to demand respect knowing what your little bastard did? You want to demand respect? Maybe you should have raised your daughter to have some respect.
And okay, and I'm going to continue to keep pausing this video. She is saying what I want to say, but I don't. Okay? So, yeah, chatting with common sense is because with these Black race hustlers, these Black politicians, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, all of these people, Al Sharptongue, Ben Crump, all of these people are perpetuating that Black people are victims and that we'll always be victims. And we can't make it due to white supremacy and systemic racism, which is a bald-faced lie. And those of you chatting with common sense and a few other people, who aren't normally here, this channel has officially canceled the Victimhood Olympics. Boom. So listen to this. And this, like I said, this young lady, and I went through a list of her videos. She really doesn't talk about politics, but this video right here, I was like, she's saying how I feel.
Not attack people. Maybe you should have raised your daughter with respect.
Look at them ankles, boy.
And yeah, looking at that lady's ankles. Yes. So, and I told you, if you were here when I initially covered this video, not saying I know everything, but just every time I hear her talk, I can tell that she obviously she has a learning disability is what it appears to me. Chatting with common sense. This isn't a black thing. It's an every race thing. Everyone plays victim. Chatting with common sense. But what we're addressing is that this is happening far too commonly. And then the race hustlers are making excuses because they keep lying to Black Americans, telling them the biggest threat against Black Americans is white supremacy and systemic racism. And that's a lie. T and Michelle, it seems to cancel Black people, which is super odd to me. But again, I'm listening and open-minded. Yeah, T and Michelle, I'm just showing you an actual incident that happened. And I give my reviews on how I feel. This young lady in this video, I agree with everything she's saying. I don't care that they're in elementary school. They're involved in criminal activities, adult activity. They need to go somewhere and be locked up. What about this woman just walking her kids to school? They wound up in the mother and son wound up in the hospital. No, they need to be locked up. You act like wild animals, you need to be in cages. I just dropped a truth bomb. This is wild, feral behavior. All right, here we go.
Shamar Junior.
And again, for T and Michelle and chatting with common sense, I don't know if you're aware, this woman has some serious health problems. So there's that. They could have killed this woman. Okay. She already has some serious. Okay, here we go.
Hey, don't touch my brother.
Praise Queen. Boom. How dare you hold these young Black offenders? Yes. Boom. Chatting, okay, Chatting says she's been following the story. Okay, Chatting, drop your thoughts in the comment section about how you feel about this situation, dear. Okay, thank you for letting me know that.
Don't touch me. Oh, no, those ankles. Look at them. This bad crackhead. Other bit more.
Who raised these little bastards? You guys are talking about her ankles and making all these comments. I'm sorry, but all of y'all are growing up in the projects. So the nerve of y'all.
Boom. Okay, so I'm telling you, this whole video, I was like, OMG. Right. And they're picking on this woman. Like I said, she's walking down the street bothering no one. These wild, feral children that have not been raised. This is what they're doing. And as she stated, you're living in the projects. What are we doing here? So you don't have any more than she does. I'm saying. Yes, my girls, we're going to get to that, dear. Thank you.
To be sitting over here talking about this woman, attacking this woman and her children, you're in the same up situation she's in. Whoever raised these little bastards, they need to catch charges. Y'all would probably be mad at this mom if she was a legal gun owner and started popping off at these kids as soon as they put hands on her and her son.
Did I not say something about this? Now, see, when situations like this happen and these YNs are unalived, then the poverty pimps and race hustlers come out. Oh, these were wonderful children. This is horrible. Why did you have to get out of my face with that nonsense? That is not reality. This incident is true reality. Robert, where are local churches to help out this lady and her kids? Robert, she has started a GoFundMe. I think she's trying to, with the money she's raising, she's trying to move from where she's living. She's trying to get a better situation for she and her two children. Yes, it is, Dorian. So Joel says, suggestion, get out of the big cities. Boom. Yeah. If you're raising children, that would be my suggestion. So yeah, this young lady, she's saying everything here. I love it.
As a means to protect herself and her son. She'd be the problem if she started beating on some of those kids. Yes, they're kids, but see how many there are? There is no way for her to fight back against all.
T and Michelle, I hope I can help answer that question. We're referencing the demographic inside the demographic, if that makes sense. Hit that like button, folks, please. If you are enjoying this content, the demographic inside the demographic, Michelle, are the people who are committing crimes. They're not all Black Americans. We're talking about the ones who are committing crimes. We're talking about the ones with that have these ghetto hood activities. Chatting with Common Sense, I think it was very cruel, inexcusable, and beyond sad. Yes, the kids should be held accountable, but will they? Chatting with Common Sense, I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen with that. And I thank you for your commentary, because we all have different viewpoints. So yeah, but most kids are raised right, but like everyone else, we make choices that aren't always good. Chatting with Common Sense, I did a little deep diving and digging. And when you hear these parents, their mothers talk, these single mothers, you understand why these kids are wild and feral. And one of them, there's even some mug shots going around. So this is the type of environment that they're raising these children in. Chatting with Common Sense. Check out some of my other videos on Black women raising criminals. They are feeding the prison industrial complex. God was on that lady's side. She's going to move into a better neighborhood. Yeah, she's taking this money and she's moving. TN, so do you believe at these ages they are beyond reform? TN, let me give you, okay, these are some good questions. TN, Michelle, let me tell you my thought process. First of all, TN, Michelle, and Chatting with Common Sense. Let me give you a little bit of my background, because you're not normally here. And so let me share this. First of all, I've been teaching for 28 years in the public schools of North Carolina. I teach high school. So a lot of these hood activities, these hood behaviors, I've seen them. Not saying it's just Black kids, but I'm saying overall, Chatting with Common Sense, T and Michelle, Google it here on YouTube, on X, on Instagram. There are all kinds of teachers, Black and white, that say they're walking away and they're saying that the worst kids are the Black kids. That's not from me. Google it. Google it. They're not always from the hood. We're not saying, Chatting, I'm not saying all. The richest kids from the burbs do worse things, not right, but they do. Again, it's not, and Chatting, I'm not saying it's just a Black thing, but I am telling you what normally goes viral. This is what goes viral, and what drives me nuts is that due to the Black race hustlers, the Black preachers, and the Democratic Party, they keep making excuses for these hood activities and behaviors, saying that the main cause is white supremacy and systemic racism, and that's a bald-faced lie. It's lack of parenting. Can I get someone to say amen? And so we expose it. Chatting with Common Sense, T and Michelle, we are not saying that it is only Black kids. However, I will tell you it's mostly Black kids. I can give you, I have receipts. My girls, thank you, my girls, have you not been here? How many times, my girl, I can't count that high, maybe you can. How many times have I told you in the school system, 98 to 99% of the fights are with Black children, Black girls or Black boys? I've said that more than once. But since the 28 years I've been teaching, as soon as I've completed graduate school and started teaching, we were told that there was a high incidence of Black. At that time, they were mostly saying Black males. Now they're saying Black males and Black females. They're being targeted. They're being discriminated. No, they're not. They're the ones committing the infractions. Boom. I'm just saying. So thank you, my girls. And so what, Chatting with Common Sense and T and Michelle, a lot of what I share with you is from personal experience. So Mayor, how you doing, love? Personal experience. So it's not someone told me, and I'll even go so far as to tell you, I've had Black teachers, okay, not white, not Hispanic, not Asian or some other nationality. Black teachers have told our people that work in the district, because, you know, we all have test scores, state test scores. T and Michelle, that's fine. If that's your thought process, that's fine. It's very personal because of my occupation, T and Michelle. I see it every day in the high schools. So I do personalize it because I'm sick of excuses being made. That's why the problem never changes. So I'm not attacking Black people. However, I am exposing the root cause of the problem. If you don't expose what's going on, how are you going to change it? I'm just asking T and Michelle. And I'm not attacking Black people. I'm not attacking anyone. Ask Tijuana border jumper. When I talk about the illegal migration, I talk about Haitians, Venezuelans, African. I talk about everyone. Rolynn has covered the Latino, African, and whites that commit crimes. Boom. Tijuana. Thank you, Tijuana border jumper. I'm not targeting Black Americans. I talk about white, Latino crime. Thank you, Tijuana. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so now that you have exposed it, what are you going to do? Okay, Tia Michelle, good question. Let me say this. What I'm doing my part, I'm glad you asked. I am exposing the lie that the root cause for Black America's problem is white supremacy and systemic racism. The Rolynn Reviews YouTube channel has officially canceled the Victimhood Olympics 2025, 2026, and beyond. Boom. So what I'm doing is using this platform, and Tia and Michelle, there are a lot of other Black content creators on here exposing this as well. Now, I will say that, let me show you one of the people that I follow avidly. I don't know if you're familiar with Thomas Sowell. I read his books. Look up Thomas Sowell, Larry Elder, also Walter Williams. So, T and Michelle, did you hear my answer? I'm using this platform to expose the hypocrisy. So this is good conversation. T and Michelle and we're chatting with Common Sense. I do thank you for your commentary because you're trying to understand my thought process and I'm trying to understand your point of view. This is really good conversation and I like it. So let me continue.
All these kids at the same time while protecting her children, and I am all for every single parent of these little bastards getting charges put on them.
All right, so now I'm gonna have to start blurring out parts because as you can see, the girl squares up with the mom and then
so why can't a human being walk down the freaking street without being accosted by these future criminals? Chief Rocker. Oh, boom. Chief Rocker. Boom. Oh, you get 2 more. Chief Rocker. You get 3 truth bombs. Yes. Whatever happened to protect Black women and Black Lives Matter? Boom. Chief Rocker. You know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going. Yes, Chief Rocker, you've been here long enough. Thank you for your support. I am sending you some hearts in the comment section. Hit that like button, folks. Also, share this stream. Share this stream on your Facebook page. I'm chatting with Common Sense. I did not say this is just a single mother thing. But I will tell you, if you stick around, I have video of a Black man who was telling, it was a group of Black single mothers that went down there to attack these, assault these children. And there was a Black male out there talking to them saying, what are you doing? Not all, but most. I've taught some students that came from a single Black, white, and Hispanic, came from single parent homes, and they're doing very well now. Chatting. What we're saying is, what did Black Lives Matter tell us? And since we're talking about Black Lives Matter, they haven't said a word. And see, this is why we expose the hypocrisy on this channel. Black Lives Matter only gets involved if a white person has done something to a black on black. Hey, it's okay. So we don't deal with hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. The NAACP, they haven't said a word. But if a white person does something to a black person, they all come from up under their rocks. And they haven't chatting. That's why we're exposing them. Okay, now you understand what we're trying to do? They're an extended arm of the Democratic Party chatting with common sense. That's all they are. And they're doing nothing for black. They're telling lies, saying, oh, we're here for black people. No, you're not. If a white officer or a white person says or does something that they deem wrong, then they come out of the woodworks. And that's hypocrisy, which is what we expose. Let's see what, hold on, let me get this comment. T and Michelle. Okay, T and Michelle, I'm going to start the video again. Tell me what you are doing to help this issue. Chatting with common sense. Chatting, never. You're right. Chatting with common sense. Tell me what your thoughts are for fixing this issue. I'll start the video again. Yeah, Black Lives Matter was an extended arm of the Democratic Party, a money laundering pyramid Ponzi scheme organization. They took millions of dollars and built mansions in California. They did nothing for blacks but take the money and run. Whoa, take the money and run. One of my favorite songs. Whoa, take the money and run. Check that out. Steve Miller Band. Brenda Starr, how are you doing? Nemo, yes, disingenuous. Boom.
She goes in to hit her.
So not only that, you're a coward. You're going to hit somebody from behind. That tells me everything I need to know about your upbringing or lack thereof. It says, I'm so drained. And
now what you're reading now, and I went to her Facebook page and this was already removed. So I'm pausing it so you can read. This is the lady that was attacked. Her name is Korshonda Hatter. So I'm going to leave that up for a moment so you can see that. How you doing, Nemo? Yes, it's disingenuous. Hit the like button. Those of you who have Truth Social, Facebook, share this stream out, please. Dorian says, I have to deal with this in my college. My girls, and that's what they've been doing is covering it up, telling Black Americans to keep them on that Democratic plantation. All of your problems are due to white supremacy and systemic racism, which is a bald-faced lie. Boom. What'd you say, Tijuana? Yeah, she changed it. Yeah, and remember, they ripped her wig off. Yeah, listen to Thomas Sowell instead of Sexy Red. You will learn a lot. I'm an avid follower of Dr. Thomas Sowell. He's been telling people since the 70s, and no one wants, well, some of us listen, but the rest of the people are stuck on stupid because they keep listening to the Democratic Party. Connie, hello, love. So I'm going to start this over. So this post from Facebook, I think she's since taken it down because I went to her Facebook page and it was gone. So I left this up so you could read this.
Emotional. I had to watch my son get slammed to the ground while they were banging my son's head into the concrete. He was trying to get to me because I was getting jumped. He was terrified, and so was my daughter. And the little boy pulled my youngest baby's hair. She was hollering and crying. Where are your parents? How would your parent feel if this was happening to their child? How would you feel if you're one of these little bastards doing this? How would you feel if it was a gang of children doing this to you? You'd cry victim. I was so hurt. I couldn't get to my kids. I feel like I failed my kids, but also didn't want to put my hands on a minor. It's definitely a law. Y'all, I'm sitting here crying. I can still hear the cries of my kids saying, Mommy, help me.
Yeah, so now this woman's she said she's gonna try to get therapy. Her kids are traumatized. So I don't know if they have PTSD. These children now need therapy. So what about their rights? That's what I want to know.
I'm hurt. I'm scared. As a mom, that has to be terrifying. And no, you're not a bad mother, okay? You're not a bad mother. You were trying your best. You were surrounded by a bunch of hyenas. My heart goes out to this mother. My heart goes out to her children. I can't imagine being in that situation, and I don't ever want to be in that situation where you are trying to defend your family, you're trying to protect your kids, and unfortunately, because of the massive attack that is happening against you, you're unable to do so. You are not a bad mother. You did not fail your children. Those parents of those little bastards that attacked you, they're the failures.
Right.
You could kill someone banging their head against the concrete. It's like these kids, they're being raised to be sociopaths.
And yeah, because remember when I did the first video on this incident, they had this set up. They knew they were going to attack this mother and her kids, and they had one of them. They already had their phone recording. You could see them walking up to them, so they had planned this. That's diabolical. How would you react if your child did something so bad, even though you raised them right? Chatting, tough love. Now, chatting, for the record, I do not have any children. My only children are my children at the high school I teach at. But tough, I know my mentality, tough love. I would let whatever they did, they would, whatever the repercussions legally, they would have to suffer.
They're being raised.
Okay, chatting. These kids, from what I've seen of their parents on social media, they're not being raised right. Now, I did not say all poor children are being raised wrong. I'm saying I've seen their parents on social media justifying what happened.
Is to not understand that human life has value. They're being raised to think that everything's an effing joke. As long as it's not happening to them, it doesn't matter. Not everything is an effing joke. And then we wonder why we get viewed the way we do within society. Because we have our little kids out here behaving this way, attacking our own. That's why they say most of the time, Black people are the ones who have the most Black fatigue. This is why.
Okay, I did a video on Black fatigue. And those of us, remember, we have, me, my girls, and others, we have Black fatigue from that demographic inside the demographic. The people who are out here causing all of these problems. Yes, Connie, Nemo, chatting, who cares? He's a little wild. Nemo, yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to chatting. We're not attacking Black people. We are attacking this issue. We cannot help that these children are Black. Okay, Brenda. Wanted to be number one in the yes, Brenda. They do this and then they make videos and they upload it on their social media pages. Chief Rocka, thank you for your super chat, love. Chief Rocka said, if you noticed, this is a class issue as well. This is why some families homeschool and those with the income live in zip codes where their children will not interact with the little demons and you see in the video. Chief Rocka, let me send you some hearts. Chief Rocka, you are on point. And that's why there are so many disparities. And let me say this again, I don't know everything. I can only tell you what I've experienced. Thank you for your support so much, Chief Rocka. It's socioeconomic. Let me tell you from my personal experiences, the Black children that I teach at the high school I teach at, the ones who come from middle class home. Now, Tien Michelle chatting with Common Sense. I'm here at Fort Bragg, Pope Air Force Base here in North Carolina. I don't know if you know where that is. That's where I am. So the kids who come from, middle class or upper middle class, the Black kid, that I don't see this problem. It is a class issue, like Chief Rocka said. The I don't want to say poverty stricken, but the lower income Black children or lower income children in general, that's where you see the most problems. So how is talking down? How is down talking to kids and Black kids, people making it better listening? This sounds like Black people don't like Black people. Chatting, you're missing the point, love. We are exposing this issue, so maybe it will stop. Does that make sense? We're not trying to down talk anyone. Common Sense, that's the issue here. The fact that someone said T and Michelle, if this were to happen to me, now again, I told you I'm here in North Carolina. We're all locked and loaded. And guess what? This young lady, that's why I'm sharing her video. If something were to happen to some kids, and T and Michelle chatting with common sense, I did a video. This old elderly white man, a former veteran. 3 black teens were kicking in his door. They beat him up. He got his gun and laid them out like Family Guy. Kudos to him. The mothers tried to sue him, saying that it was excessive force. No, ma'am, no, sir. If you come in my house, I will lay you out like Family Guy as well. I don't care that you're black. You're not coming in my home to eat cookies and drink milk. I will lay you out like Family Guy, and I will. T and Michelle. Rolynn, where is the respect? Your chat calling T and Michelle. You call a spade a spade. If you see a rabbit, you call it a rabbit. You see a duck, you call it a duck. If you act like animals, you need to be in cages. This is what these kids were acting like. They are acting feral. This is not normal behavior. Michelle, T and Michelle, we're calling them. Okay, your behavior dictates what you are called. Your behavior. How you doing, Prosperity? Prosperity, weigh in on this issue, love. I don't care what color they are. It just so happens these kids were black. And again, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, all of these black poverty pimps, Al Sharptongue, Ben Crump, none of them have said anything because it doesn't fit their narrative. Chatting with common sense, I feel you're crazy. Your comment, I don't know. I don't know what comment I made. Okay, raising a child, thinking it is entitled without consequences just because of something. I'm trying to keep up with your comments, but they are coming quickly, folks. Yes, this is nothing new. The black community has been FUBU since the 90s. I don't know what word are you trying to use, Chief Rocker, because I'm not sure. It's just what social media is exposed. Yeah, it's just being exposed. This has been going on.
She's trying to protect her kids. She's trying to protect herself, and she can't because y'all little bastards are out here running around like little thugs. Like I said, I'm all for charging the parents. And see, this is exactly why I said she didn't want to put her hands on a minor. But if she had pulled out that pew-pew and fired away on some of them, I would have no issues with that.
Hey, I'd probably send her some money. Hey, I'm not, if I can help it. Now, I obviously can't carry my pew-pew with me to the school. They don't allow that. But anywhere else is fair game. I don't bother anyone. I don't care how old you are. Leave me alone. You're out here committing adult crimes. You get what you get. I don't care. I don't. Leave me alone. Don't try to carjack me. Don't try to assault me. And nothing will happen to you. Leave people alone. Boom.
Because guess what? Y'all are putting her life, her children's life in danger.
And this woman, again, chatting and common sense. This woman already has severe health issues. I don't know if you're familiar with sickle cell anemia. I've taught students that have sickle cell anemia. Some of them are now deceased. That's a serious health situation. This woman could have died from this attack. So I'm thinking about her. And just seeing her 2 children crying and she's helpless. Whatever happens to them. Again, you've heard me say Nemo, Brenda, Greg, Praise Queen, Connie. Just go ahead and send them somewhere. They're acting like animals, so put them in cages. They're future convicts anyway. They're future inmates. Don't wait. Put them in there now before someone else is assaulted. Boom. If you agree with that, and I know everyone may not agree with that, but I just don't like innocent people becoming victims. I'm typing a 1 in the comment section. We know where they're going in the future. Go ahead, put them in there now. Save someone else. Chatting. Okay, thank you, chatting for that. Okay.
You don't think little middle schoolers are capable of murder? They are. So she had every right to defend herself if she was a legal gun owner and she popped off on a few of them kids. I would have had no issues with it.
And this is my thought process. I don't care. Don't come to me with crocodile tears crying. Oh, because we know what happens. Oh, they were good kids. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Go back, talk to the teachers. Then you get the truth. Don't listen to these family members. They lie. They lie. Talk to the teachers. You will get a true assessment of how they really were. Boom.
If you are up in arms of me saying that, well, guess what? You should be up in arms of the parents who put their child in that situation by not raising them to be worth a damn, by not raising them to have respect and dignity, by not raising them to keep their damn hands to themselves.
Tia and Michelle, you want to see? Let me give Tia. Michelle's asking for my email, so let me go ahead and give that to her. Tia, it is LSIBERT at, and that's going to be ymail.com. That's a Yahoo email. Okay. So make sure, TN. A lot of people think that they've sent me an email. That is not an I, that is an L. LSIBERT at ymail.com. So as soon as I get your email, I will respond. If you want to come on here and debate me, send me an email. We may not agree. Maybe we can come to a consensus on what needs to be done. Right now, as I told you, I'm still teaching. So all I can do at this point is expose it. May Good, how you doing? And so, yeah, benign neglect. Boom. May Good, are you new here?
Oh my God, damn! We're not the little kids in them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little kids smash that. Oh my brother. Damn! Crack! Damn! Hey, Phil, let my homie go. Let my homie go.
So these are hood activities. This is how they have fun. They prey on people. Prey. What are we out in Africa on the freaking Serengeti where the lions are preying on Thompson's gazelles or impalas or wildebeest or water buffalo or zebra? They're preying on people. That's what they do. That's a hood rat mentality. They got it from their parents. May Good. Okay. Thank you, love. Zero excuse. Nemo, I don't want to hear excuses. Someone give me an excuse for this mother and her children that are permanently scarred. Okay, let me see what chatting says. Let me read Tia and Michelle's. Absolutely, they can be. One of the VPs of my company talk often about being a ghetto young boy until someone cared and helped him. Tia and Michelle, okay. I'm not saying that it can't be done. We know, look at Judge Greg Mathis. We know he was wayward until he turned himself. It can be done. But I'm saying, meanwhile, what is to happen to innocent victims? What about my rights? What about Dorian's rights, Nemo's rights, Brenda's rights, my girl's rights, Prosperity's rights, Tina's rights? Okay, Prosperity. These are elementary school students. They're not high school. They're not middle. These are elementary students. I'm sorry if I miss your comments, but there are a lot of comments. If you want me to read your comment, please type it again, and I'll try not to miss it this time. Okay, chatting. I see and know kids that were the worst and have changed for the better. Mentors, pastors, and chatting. I agree with you. Send me an email. If you want to come on here and debate, we can, because it's obvious. Both of you are intelligent, and I like the conversations that we're having. We may not agree. That's okay. That's fine. But I like that you are sharing your thought process. How can we change anything if we shut it down and don't converse? Chief Rocca, thank you for your super chat. There's an entire prison industrial complex that is waiting on those kids. Boom. Private prison industry executives rubbing their hands like Birdman in 1999. So tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999. There you go, Prince, RIP. Thank you, Chief, for your support. I'm sending you some hearts. Boom. Thank you for your support. Now, I agree. So I guess chatting with common sense and Tia and Michelle. You may wonder why I am so, I don't know, passionate about this. Let me explain why. I've been teaching, as I said, this is my 28th year. For years, other teachers have been accused of being the reason that the educational system has created the school to the prison pipeline. And I've taken that personally. I haven't created any of that. These parents have created it because they don't raise their children. How many of you have been here long enough? And you know, I've said that several times. That's why I show these, T and Michelle chatting. I show these videos frequently because I'm tired of being accused of creating the school to the prison pipeline. Does that make sense? If you wonder why I have such an issue with this, that's why. Let me know what you think about that. Okay.
Charge them as adults. I don't give a damn if they're middle schoolers. Charge them as adults. They want to behave this way, charge them as adults. I'm so sick of this type of behavior plaguing our community because they don't need to be out on the streets. They don't need to be at anybody's school. They don't need to be out and about ready to harm anybody else. Charge them as adults.
Okay, chatting says, speak life into them. Don't disregard or down talk them. Speak things as though they were. Personally, I want to figure out the root. Chatting, I just told you to single, not all, but lack of fathers in the Black community. Larry Elder, if you do, let me know if you know who he is. I've been watching him since the 90s when I was in college. He's been telling people for decades. They won't listen. The problem is lack of fathers. That's where this all stems from. And I agree with you. Speak life. I do speak life to the ones willing to listen. But meanwhile, more victims are white. They're preying on innocent people. What about their rights? So I get what you're saying, chatting, but you're not saying anything about future victims. And that's my concern. Let me know what your thoughts are about that. All right, here we go.
They working on.
Chatting, I don't know if said lady talking about how is jail going to help them. Chatting, at this point, I don't care because I'm thinking about future victims. So I think we're on different ends of the spectrum. I understand what you're saying, but at this point, with everything that's going on, I could care less. I'm looking at future victims. I could be a victim. You could be a victim. Connie could be a victim. Robert could be a victim. Prosperity could be what about the victims? I still have not heard you say anything about future victims. That's my concern because I'm a potential victim too. Let me know what your thoughts are. I get your point, but I'm telling you where I am because of what I see in the school systems. And I see some of these kids, not all. Some of these kids get 1,000 chances because since I've been teaching, we have been told since I left college, Black males are being picked on. They're being targeted. They're being discriminated against. We've heard that forever. Chris, how you doing? And let me tell you, newsflash, I've been in the school system 28 years. I don't see any white teachers, white administrators targeting, picking on Black children. That is a fallacy. That is a lie. Now, it may be going on somewhere. I haven't seen it. But if you're not doing anything wrong, if you're not breaking the rules, how can anything happen to you? I'm just asking for a friend. They committed a violent crime and should be held accountable. Boom. Chief Rocker, I'm with you. I'm sick of it. TN, Rolynn, as a teacher, when you meet new students who come from single parent homes without an active father, do you engage with them differently? TN, Michelle, I do. When I find out, there's a deficit, and, the guidance counselors tell us, they give us a little intel. So you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. You try to spend more time with them, but they still have to follow the rules. They do. I look, I work with the ones who are willing to listen, but when you know more than I do, I don't waste time with you. I go over here and work with kids who may also come from a single parent home, but they're listening to what I'm saying. Now, that's why I have to disagree. Living in Tennessee, some white teachers do not treat Black kids the same. And Tia and Michelle, that's fine. There are different experiences. And Tia, let me say this. There are people in every profession. There are police officers that do things they shouldn't do. There are teachers that do things they shouldn't do. I'm telling you from my personal experience, especially in my school is well over 2,000 students. We are well over capacity. Teachers don't have time to pick on anyone. They're busy. But am I saying that it does not exist? It may in some school. I haven't seen it because they're too big. They're busy like I am. They don't have time to pick on Black or Hispanic students. Tia and Michelle, I tell you what I see. 98 to 99% of the fights, they're not white kids. Sometimes you have white kids. Sometimes you have Hispanic kids. For the most part, they're Black boys and Black girls. That has nothing to do with systemic racism and white supremacy. They have no culpability, no accountability, because they're told all of their problems are because of white supremacy and systemic racism. And that's a bald-faced lie.
Damn! Damn! Oh my God!
This is funny. They snatched her wig off, assaulted her daughter and son. These are hood activities. So whatever happened, yeah, they need to be thrown in cages. You act like animals, you need to be in cages. Yeah. But you should assume with good intentions, even if you know the home structure some single mothers created. 10, I said that 10. I've had some children come from single homes I loved. Good upbringing, raised right. Some of them are very successful. I still keep in contact. Obviously, over a 28-year career, I've taught thousands and thousands of students. So some are fine, but there's some I know what their end will be. Me and other teachers go on to the local jail lockup and we'll see this student, that student. I mean, Black, white, Hispanic, all races. But some, we see the road that they're headed down. So, yeah, they still need to be held accountable. All right. So this is funny. To assault people, pull their wig off. So again, they do this, and then they upload these videos on their social media page. This is funny. They don't see anything wrong with this. Okay.
Need to lock them up.
Oh, man.
Lock them up.
Boom. If you agree, now I know Tia and Michelle and chatting if you agree that they should be locked up, type a 1 in the comment section. Boom. Hey, I told you where I am on this matter. I'm done. I'm thinking about potential victims at this point. I don't care. I don't.
Where are the damn parents? Y'all raise these little bastards to be menaces to society, and then you wonder why everybody looks at the community the way they do. It's because you got little hyenas running around doing things like this. Charge them as adults. She needs to file a civil lawsuit against all their parents.
And for all of you people on this app claiming I was scary.
Yo, how you doing? Yo, Juvie. Yeah, and then we know where they're going eventually. But yeah, juvie is a start. They don't need to be on the streets. If you are a child and you obviously they're not in a child's place, they are out here committing these crimes. They need to be locked up. Brenda, right. Okay, here we go.
And bogus for not helping my kids. How could I, when they had me on the ground, stumping me out, then they involved my daughter, a 12-year-old boy, pulled my 6-year-old daughter hair. No, I'm not okay.
I would like to see how you would respond if you were getting stomped out by multiple kids. I would like to see how you are just going to Rambo and save your kids against a bunch of mob of little bastards.
And that's what they are. Boom. If you agree, I agree with her 100%. If you agree that's what they are, type a 1 in the comments. I tell you, I'm done. I'm all about preventing future victims from being assaulted or whatever. Yo-yo. If you're new here, yo-yo, let me know so we can welcome you to the Rolyn's Reviews family, dear.
People love to just talk out their ass and they have no idea what it's like to be in these situations. How are you going to criticize this woman and be like, well, why didn't you do that? She was getting attacked too. Did you not see the video? People think so highly of themselves. They think that they are Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. That's what they think. They don't understand when you're in real life situations like this, it's a lot harder than doing just that. So do not get on here and talk crazy to this mother saying, well, we should have. No, these mothers and fathers, these little bastards that attacked her and hers, they should have raised their kids with some damn respect. Yep. They should have put foot to ass when they knew that their child was a little bastard, a little hyena. You send your child to school to learn, not to do this. But see, a lot of these parents, they don't give a damn. They do not pay attention to what their kid is doing. Just laissez-faire parenting. Or the other side of this, you have parents that behave just like this.
I told you, and you keep watching. I'm going to show you some of the parent chatting. Said the kids, yeah, chatting. Something needs to happen, but they don't need to be walking the streets if this is what they're doing. Let's fight. They're trying to inflict pain on the kids and parents. Let's fight evil. Chatting is not evil. Again, chatting. You never answered my question. What about potential victims? That's what I want to know. I need your answer on that. Okay. All I'm caring about is innocent victims. I don't care what happens to you. Act like animals. You need to be in cages. I took my class. When was it? Last Monday. We went to a zoo here in our community in Fort Bragg. You act like animals. Those animals were in cages. That's what they need to be in cages. They'll hood activities.
They behave just like their little bastard ass kid. And that's where they get it from.
There was even somebody on Instagram, Eastside.
This right here is the mother. I told you she had to be hospitalized. Her son had to be hospitalized.
IVO, who took a screenshot of all of the children. Let me show you guys the screenshot of all of these thugs involved. And then I'm going to play what she said led up to it.
These are all the children, future convicts. We know that. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this content. Again, we know where they're going. Go ahead, put them in juvie. We know where they're going. They already have a number waiting for them in the prison industrial complex. Chatting said at this point, most of Chicago is acting half raised. Boom. Chatting. And I've done a lot of videos on Chicago. A lot of businesses have left. They're not making any money. These YNs are going in there and stealing everything. The YNs, the illegals. Boom. Did you answer, Chatting? Okay, Chatting. Chatting says she answered. Okay, baby. Okay, here we go. So these are the little criminals, the little thugs, future inmates at the local county lockup that were involved. Let me go back so you can see all of them. All right, watch this.
There was even somebody on Instagram, Eastside IVO, who took a screenshot of all of the children. Let me show you guys the screenshot of all of these thugs involved, and then I'm going to play what she said led up to it.
Okay, it starts here. So again, these are elementary school students. So learn their names and faces. You'll see them again, I'm sure. There's another one. There's another one. Another one. Another one.
Starting with this little girl with this ugly flamingo coat on. Big coat.
And in addition to those kids that he screenshotted was this girl who set the whole thing off. Now, this girl was the one to hit the mom first, and then she hit her again, which made all of the other kids follow suit.
Pack mentality. Those of you who've had psychology in college, you know about the pack mentality. Mayor said, if you don't raise your kids right, then society will. Boom. That's why they're building prisons every day. Yeah.
But according to her, she's now saying that she was being a follower.
See, everyone wants to scapegoat accountability.
Yo, excellent question. Yo, welcome to the family. Everyone give Yo a nice, warm Rolyn's Reviews welcome. They Yo said that they're new here. Boom. So, Yo-Yo, this is my point. What can we do? First of all, Yo-Yo, this all stems from the home. And for too long, teachers, we've been blamed. Society has been blamed. White supremacy, systemic racism, everything but the true problem, which is lack of parenting. And let me explain why. A lot of these girls have these children too young. They don't raise them. They're still out having fun. They have multiple children with multiple people. The women are sorry and no good, and they have children with sorry, no good men. And this is the result. Wild, feral children. Boom. Decades of homes like this is the culture. BA, are you new here? So I know people don't like it when I say that. But chatting, T and Michelle, I'm not the only Black content creator on YouTube saying that. Okay? There are multiple. Google it. Okay? I mean, right here on YouTube, multiple. I'm not the only one saying this. Okay, here we go.
No, you were engaging in thuggerish behavior. You were not just following, you led it. You're the first one to throw a punch. When you step so far out of the confines of what a civilized individual behaves like, I don't care. Put your ass on blast. You could have killed her and her kids behaving this way. So do you think I give a damn that they're putting you on blast and showing your faces? I don't care. I'm here to tell you I don't care. And usually I would blur out a child's face. More times than not, I'm going to blur out a child's face. This situation, absolutely not.
That's right. We're showing their faces. I don't care that they're juveniles. Learn these faces. Learn these names. You will hear from and see them again. Boom. BA, let me know if you're new. Since you're new here, everyone welcome BA to the Rolyn's Reviews family. Thank you. Hit that like button. Share this stream on all of your social media pages. Also, anyone who wants to debate me, I will drop my email. We can come on like T and Michelle and chatting. They've been here almost the entire time, chatting with common sense. We're having a nice civil conversation. We may not agree on everything. That's okay. How you doing, Mr. Maga Tamara? I like having civil conversations. I do. And so we're adults, and it's okay that we don't agree on everything, but we're having a civil conversation. T and Michelle and chatting with common sense. Thank you for your conversation. Rolynn, we are sure there are several other content creators who talk about this subject, but we know you. Yeah, T and Michelle. Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate this dialogue because, you know, far too often, if someone has a different mindset than you, they don't want to talk, debate, anything. And T and Michelle, I guess, again, my mindset comes because of, you have to look at people's background. I know what I've seen in the public schools for 28 years. And I will say, for the kids that act ghetto or the kids that act like they're from the trailer park, when their parents come up there to the school, we understand why the kids act the way that they do. Not saying all, but many. They come up there, the parents act a fool. I've been cursed out by Black parents, Hispanic parents, white parents. We are, all teachers have. That's part of the job. It is what it is. Isaiah, Tamara Green. And so, you know, again, it happens, but I do thank you for your civil dialogue. I like that.
You engaged in this behavior. Hell, y'all were recording it your damn selves. You think I give a damn?
Okay, so
now this lady you're looking at with the little criminal beside her, this lady is the mother to that future local county inmate. T and Michelle, for sure. Again, I appreciate dialogue because we're adults. If we can't if we can't have a civil conversation, there's something wrong, and we're supposed to be adults. So I do thank you for your dialogue, a healthy debate. I don't agree with the approach, but understand. Okay, yeah, that's what being an adult is all about, right? How you doing, Tamara Green? All right. So again, This lady is the mother to this future local county lockup thugged out future inmate. Here we go.
This is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira.
Okay, notice she's looking nice, sweet, and innocent. Go back and look at that video where she was acting like a little demon. Boom. No, unfortunately, they still haven't found Paco. Okay. Dr. Marilyn, what is the solution? It's great to point out the problem. How can us elders support them? I remember being raised by Dr. Marilyn Sturdivant. How are you? Dr. Marilyn Sturdivant, I'm glad that you asked. My solution is, first of all, I'm not really able until I retire. The only thing I'm doing now is exposing it like so many other content creators here on YouTube and other forms of social media. The solution is to get fathers back in the homes. Go back and look at the stats prior to the welfare state. Black American families are doing so much better. So we have to encourage people to stand on their own to become contributors to society. We lived and are good citizens and more. Yes, Mr. Margaret tomorrow. Indian exposed. How are you? Right. She doesn't have any remorse. She doesn't. So again, go ahead and send her to where she's going to eventually wind up anyway, before there's another victim. All right. Indians exposed. I think you're new here. Let us know, so we can welcome you to the family. Tell us what your thought process. We're having a good, healthy dialogue, and I like it. And yeah, everyone's not agreeing with what I'm saying. I'm just giving you my review of how I feel. And I guess you have to look at my background. My background is 28 years of teaching in the public school system. I've seen this behavior. Some of the kids, and I tell my current students, and I teach high school for those that don't know. Some of my students, I tell them, just because I'm older than you does not mean you're going to outlive me. I have plenty of students that have been shot and killed. They weren't even 20 years old. So I'm just saying. How you doing, Jeremiah? Hit the like button, everyone who's entering the chat room. Share this stream out. Here we go.
Is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece.
Now, this is her mother talking about we're here so she can say her piece. Ma'am, what could she possibly say? There is no excuse for that animalistic type of behavior. But here we go.
And take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
How are you going to demand respect knowing what your little bastard did? You want to demand respect? Maybe you should have raised your daughter to have some respect and not attack people. Maybe you should have raised your daughter with respect. Don't be worried about what the internet is going to do, because the internet is going to do what the internet is.
How you doing, Mr. Popularity? Where's the father? Mr. Popularity, that's the greatest question known to man. Who knows if she even knows who the father is? That's the issue. Those of you asking me, what can we do? Well, when you took fathers out of the home, what did you expect? Okay. Don't go anywhere. Yes, it's on and popping today, Tijuana. This is going to go for a while. I have a lot to share with you.
Gonna do. You need to have raised your daughter with some respect. Talking about, please be respect. No, she don't deserve no damn respect for what she did, for what those other little kids did. They deserve to go to jail. And you, if you're the mother, deserve to get sued. Possibly go to jail your damn self. Because why is your child out here behaving this way? Do y'all understand how terrifying? First of all, my moral compass wouldn't allow me to engage in behaviors like this. But even if I were, I wouldn't even think to do anything crazy like this, knowing how crazy my mama was. My head would have got knocked so hard against that wall, I would have been slapped back into utero and tried again. Let's be so for real here. My mama didn't play that. I would never have thought to behave this way, knowing how my mom and my dad probably would have gave me that work too if I was out here behaving like this little heifer right here. It starts with you. If you're the mom, it starts with you and the daddy. Where the pappy at? So no, you can't get out here demanding respect when your daughter behaved the way that she did. Oh, and she's a minor. I don't give a damn about that no more. Nope. She behaved like a grown-ass adult picking.
That's what I said. Don't come to me with crocodile tears talking about I don't care at this point. I am thinking about innocent people. possibly becoming a victim to this young thug. So that's just where I'm at with it. And I know not everyone agrees. That's okay. But I am sick and tired of seeing innocent people attacked, assaulted, carjacked. I'm sick of it.
A fight with a grown ass woman, all that goes out the window once you do that. Don't cry now.
Look at those fake crocodiles. Now she's trying to cry. Get out of here. Someone give this child an Oscar for this performance. Yo, I worked at an elementary school for 8 years. I subbed for intermediate, 8th grade, intermediate a few weeks ago, and I had to watch how I talked to one of the girls because I felt like she would beat me up. Boom. That's how they act, yo. Hood, rat mentality. Yes, Dr. Marilyn. Yes, you're right.
Where's all that rah-rah energy? Don't cry now.
Kamara Grant.
My name is Kamara. Girls, someone give her an Oscar or an Emmy. Give her something because this is a great acting job.
Don't cry now. You think we give a damn about these tears?
These tears are not affecting me, so stop it. Stop. Fake, yes, crocodile tears.
It's okay.
Her idiotic mother. It's okay, Kamaria. You are a failure as a parent. You are the problem. How you doing, Topeka?
It's not okay.
Everything that I did.
You wonder why these kids act this way? It's because their parents enable them. It's all right. No, it's not all right. Y'all attacked a 6-year-old. How is that right? Parents like this enable this type of behavior. No wonder the little girl act this way. No wonder she picked a fight with a grown-ass woman.
And I was just being a follower, following everybody.
Now, okay, everyone listen. I told you I need to break this down. I'm sorry I keep pausing it, but I have to break this down. I was just a follower following everybody. Someone type it in the comment section. She is excusing her own bad behavior. So she's not saying I was wrong. I should not have engaged in that behavior. Everyone see how you doing, VV Park? Hey, Rolynn, the girl's mom is sitting behind her and behaves the same way. VV, you're new here, VV. Yes. Where do you think they got this wrong? And her mother is telling her, no, it's all right. No, it's not okay. You are a bad parent and you produced a bad child. Dr. Marilyn, these babies live on social media. They model grown women dancing and doing Sambo skits. Boom. Yo, you said you didn't know? Okay, Prosperity wants to come on. Okay, is Chatting still here? Chatting and Joe Curry got it from her mama. Boom. You know it. Joe, are you new here? I knew this was going to be a hot topic. I'm getting ready to send this link to Prosperity because Mama didn't want, Joe Curry said no, father, because Mama didn't. Yeah, but again, you're producing all these children with no fathers. The creator had the correct equation. Mother plus father equals home. But when you take anything away from the equation, guess what? What did you expect when the government became the father? What were they expecting? And Miss Prosperity wants to come into the chat, so I'm emailing her now. I guess Michelle, T and Michelle and Chatting are gone, but I'm glad they came. I actually enjoyed that. I like dialogue. And we had a good conversation while they were here. All right. Let me send this to Prosperity. And type in the comment section if you're new here. Hit that like button if you want to bring more people into the conversation. hey, share it on your various social media pages. All right. Prosperity is going to come. You know, when she comes in, she's worse than I am. All right. Prosperity, I know you're still on here. I just emailed you the StreamYard link. So come on in. And these kids, as we wait for Miss Prosperity to join us, guess what? Out here in the fields, I farm for my meals. I get my back into living. I don't need to fight to prove I'm right. I don't need to be forgiven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Teenage wasteland. It's only teenage wasteland. They're all wasted. All right. 1971 was a good year. The Who. Teenage wasteland is what we're talking about here, folks. Now, we're waiting for Miss Prosperity to come on. Thank God. Yes, Dorian. I guess Tia and Michelle and Chatting are gone. And thank you, moderators, for letting them speak. We had some differences, but that was okay. Dr. Marilyn, no, you want me to tell you what I really feel about these situations? Dr. Marilyn, people are just living irresponsibly. People are living irresponsibly. They're procreating because they're not practicing, they're not using protection. And they're having children that they never wanted. And once the children get here, they weren't wanted. Many of them weren't. And so they're not raised. They're just here and unleashed on American society. And then we become victims. Tijuana, you don't like the Who? Oh my God, no. Chief Rocker, can I get an amen from someone in the... It's irresponsible living because the Democrats have told you, don't worry, we'll give you WIC, where you can go buy all the formula for the baby. They give you Section 8, they give you food stamps. Yes, Tijuana. So you don't need the father. You can live irresponsibly because the Democrats, this is how they keep you on the plantation. Thank you, Chief Rocker. The Democrats keep you on their plantation because they throw crumbs to you. You never have anything. They just keep throwing you crumbs. My parents made it clear, one of us ever got locked up, they would not bail us out. Boom. Tough love. I've never been locked up. My brother, though. Yo. Yo. Yes. Is you is or is you ain't my baby. All right, Jeremiah, going back to Tom and Jerry. Woo! I did not know Jeremiah didn't like the Who. You bet. When I say I love you, you say you better. Oh my God. Tijuana Border Jumper does not like the Who. You better bet your life. Joe Curry. Our value systems are skewed. Since we value athletics and entertainment, then scholarship, and then how can tons of money be used? Because Joe. Yeah. Getting locked up for spanking these children needs to change. They don't obey because there's no discipline. And Greg, like I said, many of them have children so young, they don't raise them because they're still living out their teenage years. So the kids are just sort of left to their own devices. And then you get these wild, feral children. And when I call it out, people think I'm being profane, but I'm calling out what I see in the school system as well. My girls, I never worried about being locked up because my grandmother told me, I will hit you so hard you will land in the middle of next week. So I was scared as all get out. Boom. My girls, the old people used to say that. So we knew not to get in trouble. All right, I'm going to keep playing this until Miss Prosperity comes on.
who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize for everything because I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And
so she crying. No, she's crying. Oh, and I apologize because I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Girl, please. Bye.
I feel bad because
It's okay.
I gotta go through so much.
Now listen to what she's saying. So listen to this, folks. You know, I like analyzing and breaking down what they're saying as I'm doing my review. I got to go through so much. Has anyone heard her say anything about the woman that she victimized and her two children? It's all about who? Me. Everyone see that? She's talking about, I got to go through so much. Stop it. Right? Indian Exposed. Yes. Indian Exposed. Drop your channel link if you have one, love.
I wish I would never did what I did.
I wish I wouldn't have never did what I did. Okay, look at this crap. I think I'm going to throw up my breakfast.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit out. People think.
So then her mother has to say, do you have anything to say to the mother's name is Korshonda. So she's trying to make up something here. My girls, what will their Christmas be like? Every device known to man and every wicked song, but not being taught how to live in society as productive individuals. I will pin that comment. My girls, yes. Yes. And I know I've been told I was harsh. I'm sick of this because I'm looking at all these victims on the side of the road like roadkill. Victims everywhere. And people are only talking about victims. And I mean, criminals. I'm out here advocating for victims. Without shame, there's no humility. Without humility, you never learn. Seems like a vicious cycle of nonsense. Boom. Patriot, what's going on, love? Everyone chime in on this. Everyone chime in. Patriot, I'm glad you're here. Tell us what your thoughts are. I guess T and Michelle and chatting are gone. Translation, I wish I had never gotten caught. Have to face the smoke. Praise Queen, could you please say that again for the people in the back that are a little bit slow? Prosperity, welcome, sister, welcome.
What's up? What's up? Where those two at that was talking all that stuff earlier?
They're gone. They're gone. I've been calling their
I'm
name.
from Chicago. You want to hear some real deal?
Tell them. Tell them.
That's why I kept asking, what age group are these people in? Because, see, I need to know that before I know I'm having an intelligent conversation. See, a lot of the people who, y'all done got me started. I was listening in because I got my hair going on right now. I'm doing my hair, washing this stuff. That's why I can't put myself on unless y'all want to see a sister looking like, like I'm in the salon.
Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about this situation. And you heard what I said. You act like an animal. You need to be in a cage. What are your thoughts about this whole situation, sister?
So, ooh-wee. Okay, y'all know I talked about I have kids. They are all adults now. I raised all three of my children in the city of Chicago, West Side. And none of my kids, not one of my kids. Now, I'm not saying they were not kids because peer pressure can cause you to go astray. But when you got a mama and a daddy that will check that butt, you ain't going astray nowhere. You're going to be too afraid to bring your A back home.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We ain't playing. Now, I'm the disciplinarian person. My husband is the vet, so you would think he's the tougher one, but y'all already got a good feel on who would do what. My kids would tell they teacher if they even thought they was gonna get in trouble, please don't call my mama, call my dad. Because somebody getting checked. And
Uh-huh.
inside till I hear every side.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't do no one side. I want to hear both. And I want to be in both of their faces and watch their reactions when I'm asking questions.
Yep.
Because now I'm going to know who's not being real with me. And my kids know if they come home, tell me a lie, it is over.
Yep.
So
Yes,
that's why when I'm listening to y'all, I'm over here, got the shampoo and conditioner in my hair. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to listen in while I'm taking care of my chores, because this is a well overdue job right now.
Okay.
And when I heard these comments that you were saying back, you're a good one, sis, because it would have been a checkmate on me. Raising 3-month African kids up in this goddamn city, and then gonna tell me about what they shouldn't be doing, or why you blaming black people, why you doing this, black that. That's the goddamn problem. Is that people will not check their own asses.
They won't check them.
Have to repent. But see, I done came up with this. This is 6 decades of this crap. That's the reason why I go in on them. Because
what about the victims? Prosperity. And this is my thing. I don't care about the children. What about the victims and potential future victims? Because they are preying on innocent people, like they're out in Africa on the freaking Serengeti in Africa, preying on wildebeest and Thompson gazelles and water buffaloes. Talk about
no. When you old enough to do what you done, you old enough to take the crime. That's period.com up in here. I told my children, this is what parents are not teaching their children.
Yes.
They want to go to the defense of them because they born them little kids. Like I born my little kids. But you also got to raise up a child in the way they should go. And when they become an adult, they shall not depart from it. They're going to fall off track. Kids are going to do that, obviously. But see, when I dealt with a little kid, see, I wasn't a senior at that time. I was like in my 20s. And this little kid came over and started cursing out a senior. I about to snatch that little bastard. See, I don't have no patience for no disrespect from no little kid. How fight a child, okay? I don't take I'm not going to take disrespect from an adult. You think I'm going to take it from a child?
No.
Child, you better step in your place. I don't care what color you are.
I don't either.
Nope. I know they get on here and they talk a lot about the little black children and this and that and how they're going through all these challenges and so forth. But if it wasn't for the goddamn black mamas selling out them little black kids for the effing checks and kicking the daddies out, then he wouldn't have a lot of this. Okay, my dad, let me also bring this up for those of you who don't know. My dad was a public school teacher. So I know some of the challenges. And my dad made it clear, I better not be taking my butt to school and acting up. Yeah. And when I did do that, because again, you're around your peers. And when I did do that, I got butt check. Yeah. How about that? Leg check. How about that? Remind me, you don't really want to go do that again.
Nope. Yes, ma'am.
Now, when people coming on here talking about you jumping all on these little kids, these little black kids, and let me just mute this here because I'm trying to jump on this chat too. I just went on and put a plastic on my head for the conditioning part. So when they talking about, why are you saying these things about the little kids? That's why I was asking, how old are these people that you sitting here having this conversation with? So you enjoy that conversation, but see, I enjoy wisdom.
Boom.
And it all depends on what you're talking about. Because I'm not going to have no stupid entertainment. Not when I've been through what I've been through, and then, our parents, and then their parents, and so forth. And then we come on here and we start making up excuses. I don't care what color you are.
Nope.
I'm going to call your ass out.
Right. That's the problem. Because they're black, we're not supposed to say anything.
Here's another thing. Because you're black, You can get away with saying a lot of derogatory names and everything else. But another race, oh, you're racist. You can't say that. No, this go two ways. I have a white buddy, and y'all might have heard of him, Ford Boss Me.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, Ford Boss Me's here in Illinois, in the Chicagoland area. And I remember when he was doing his automotives, then he went into talking about the things that are going on here in the sanctuary city. And I heard him make a comment. He said, see, I can't say that. And that's when I had to check him and say, oh, yes, you are. And you're going to say it.
He knew they were going to call him a racist. He knew that.
Okay. Well, now you got a black woman on your show. Let's do this. That's what I'm saying. Stop making it one-sided. If one can say it, another can say it. Because, see, one of the things people need to understand is the definition of these words. They don't pertain to what people have thought throughout the years and the centuries. If you're going to say the word, let's go to the specifics. Now, if you're going to say the N word, understand what is that definition of that. No, it don't sound great because of how it was used back in the days of slavery. My point is that definitions of words have changed from 1928 to current. Okay, the word fear had changed from 1928 to current. And a lot of other words, the definitions will change. Who changes those definitions? Men. Yep. And when I say men, let's say humans.
Yes, ma'am.
So when they're coming on here, they talking all this. You all are going on, you talking down about the black people. You talking down about, the black kids and black this. Where's your black A when it came time to raise these goddamn kids? Because I check these little monkey Chuckies, Jacobs, and Freddy Cougars myself. I'll be darned. When I had to go to my kids' school for anything, you know what them kids do? They parted the goddamn Red Sea.
Yes,
because they knew they didn't want to F with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, I'm not trying to hear all that. I'm
Miss
not trying to have
Prosperity.
a conversation unless somebody can come up in here with the goddamn experience, walked my shoes, walked a lot of us good mommy shoes.
Yeah.
Instead of these mommies who's dropping a load, getting the check, daddy's gone, and we paying for their A's.
Miss Prosperity, listen to this. So you hear, I've had a few people ask me, what is the solution? As I said, I'm out here working. So the only thing I can do until I am retired from teaching is spread information. Oh, okay. Praise Queen said, who let Prosperity off the chain?
Hey, sis Ruby. Y'all know, don't, we see,
Miss Prosperity, this is what I'm saying. When people ask that question, I can't stop people from gapping their legs open, having children they do not want. They are sorry and worthless. The men they are reproducing with are sorry and worthless. What do you expect? These are the outcomes. When I say that, now there'll be people dropping comments in my comment section, calling me everything. I've had people come in, you hate yourself, you hate black people. Hey, I'm saying what's going on, and there are no lies. I have videos. These are my receipts. How is that self-hatred if I don't expose what's going on? How will it ever change? And again, solution, how can I stop people from being irresponsible? The only people I can really affect are the people in my classrooms for now until I retire. Never cared if someone said the word. I remember a white lady called me the word with a hard R, and I told her she is acting more like that one than I am. Boom. Yeah. Yo. I don't care. People are triggered. Oh, you call me this. Who cares what someone calls you? Keep it moving. Keep walking. Ignore people. And using a violent video game as a babysitter don't help. Brenda, boom. Yes. Yo, ignorance is always quiet around the truth. Chris, this video reminds me of old vision. Okay, Chris, how can it be racist when you're trying to make your race better? Tina, It's the proverbial pink elephant in the room. We're all standing here talking. We're supposed to ignore that there's a pink elephant right here. I don't care. If a white person says something, they're racist. I'm called a coon and all other kinds of words I can't say here on YouTube. I don't care. I'm not going to say, if you stop, if these wild feral children stop this behavior, I'll be talking about something else. But they're not stopping. They're ratcheting it up because they like uploading these videos on their social media pages. So let me continue with the video. I think Prosperity is doing something else with her hair.
So
Somebody I'm not.
Somebody I'm not. Girl, that was all you. Somebody I'm not. You would.
You hear what she said? So again, she's still, this is what angers me. That's why I'm ignoring these tears. She still has not accepted responsibility for her part in this assault. I'm done.
And they're not, because the mama is not even accountable. Why would that child be accountable?
Boom. Right.
This is the problem with a lot of people when they want to start going into all of these excuses. And I look at excuses just like lies.
Thank you. Thank you, Tijuana. Tijuana said, Oscar Blue Ramirez exposes the degenerate Mexican culture, and he gets told he's a race hater too. Thank you, Tijuana. Well, anytime you're exposing the truth, oh my God, why are you saying that? If it wasn't happening, I couldn't report on it.
Well, let me explain something real quick. It's that when people say these kind of things, they're trying to attach themselves to get into your emotions. And that is what the devil does.
Yeah.
The devil uses emotions to make you feel bad. The devil makes you feel all kinds of ways. And the only way the devil can get in is through your mind.
Yep. But
and the mind allows to be open to these things that goes and then now reacts your emotions, then that's when you do something you wish you hadn't done. I wish I hadn't have done this. I wish I hadn't have said this. Speak the truth and the truth will set you free.
Yes,
ma'am. Don't want you to know. It's the truth. So this little heathen, little Chucky, little Jason, little Freddy Cougar, baby, you came up on the right one, because the wrong one would have stomped that little A and all them little A's out.
Yeah.
See, that was this bullying stuff. So y'all know I got a real strong feel for bullies.
Yeah.
That's why 3 times I went to the aid of that woman with that ICE sign.
Yes, you did.
Wasn't for the color of her skin. It was because of how they came for her, and she had a right. So stand for what you believe in. Just like you asked that question about the person on the train the other day, the young lady on the train, and what would you have done? I would have leaped right on. Grab coats, whatever I had on, try to put the blazers out. That's number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Get help. Number 2, 911. Hey, call out 911. You know, when I saw people injured on the street, I made my husband pull over and I go run to their aid if they was in a car accident.
Right.
That's the person that I am. Because see, when you see something and you do nothing, it's going to possibly be a day that you going to need that goddamn help. And no one going to come to your aid.
That's it.
So I'm not looking at it for it to be reciprocated. I'm looking at it because that's how my heart moves me.
Right.
But these little Chuckies and Freddies and little Jasons that are running around out here, baby, it would have been a chin check.
Right. Yo-Yo said, I like her. So you have a new fan. Miss Prosperity, are you able to drop your channel link in the
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Okay, I'll get to that because I told y'all, you know, when you women know you got your hair under these when you got this, and I mean my scalp needed this. And I have putting off. So but I'm gonna get it out there.
Okay. Yeah, Yo-Yo said Yo-Yo is talking about I like her. She does the same thing on her channel, Yo-Yo.
You want the truth? The truth will set you free. I ain't about that BS, huh? These little people come up on here and talking some bull crap. First of all, I want to know what age group you are in. I want to know how long your ass been on this earth. I want to know what you've been through, because you might be one of them baby mama bleeps that is out here trying to defend your own.
Boom.
And got excuses, more excuses. Well, I'm paying goddamn taxes for you to raise them. Now, I want people to procreate, but procreate the correct way.
The wrong
Get
people.
a family.
Yeah. If you're
Not-
struggling, right? If you're
Exactly.
poor,
And
why
here's another thing, sis. Here's another thing. Why did the Black people allow all these abortion clinics to come up in our communities as well? More abortion clinics in the Black community, any of the community.
Nope.
That's because
Yep.
see, they can complain about what somebody else does, but they can't see their own faults.
Yep.
So they want to talk about Black people. Black people. Why did Black people turn to Democrats? Because of a pair of, and mostly you women.
Yep.
I ain't talking about y'all on this chat because y'all got common sense. I'm talking about you that come up in here talking because a pair of nylon stocking is more important for a visual of how you appear to have false prosperity.
That's right.
And then your children are missing daddy.
Yep.
And daddy, wait a minute, mommy, how did I come here? Or a stork drop you off? Don't tell that kid that goddamn lie.
You got that right.
Mommy and a daddy.
Yeah.
Or mommy and an artificial insemination. However you got that goddamn kid. But the point is when you have a child, you go to the back burner and that child gonna have to step up before you.
That's how it's
God
supposed to be.
first, next your child if you don't have a husband. But also you can't forsake your husband either.
Nope.
So that means you got a big ultra job on your hand and be ready to deal with it.
Yeah.
But excuses is not it, because that's what I say. That when
That's
they
all they
start
do.
making these
That's all they
excuses,
do. That's all they have.
I'm
And
with
when
this young lady.
Huh?
I'm with this young lady with the glasses speaking, because I be calling them little bastards too. Little bastards. Take care of, go get your mama, little bastard. Like when they want to come all on my property. When they want to start doing something, oh hell no, you better go take your ass, get off my property. Get off my property.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. But as I told, I think it was chatting, the two young ladies that were in the chat section. I told them, I am not the only Black content creator. They said I was rage baiting because
Rage
of
baiting.
right,
Oh,
because of my title. Because of my title. Ghetto Black children should be incarcerated.
Rage baiting. Rage baiting.
That's what they said. And so I'm exposed.
Oh no, but Brandon Johnson not doing any of that, right?
No, never.
L Sharp Tongue, as you call him, not doing any of that, right?
No.
Jesse Jackson didn't do any of that, right?
No.
Okay, and some of these other ones that have their own platforms, like the Fat Boy that I seen down there at the National Black Journalist Conference last year. Rolynn Martin.
Yeah, roly poly.
Uh-huh. But he don't do none of that, right?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
Of course not.
Okay. Let's call a spade a spade.
Right. All right. Let me do this. Let me play some more of this video.
I'm gonna tell y'all, he really is short and fat.
He is. Ah! All right. Here we go.
Attacked a woman and her kids. You punched a woman from behind. Somebody I'm not. And you're never going to actually be able to change that about yourself if you don't acknowledge that it's you. Stop saying, oh, I was just following. No, that was you. This is not accountability. Accountability would be, this was me. These were my choices. And then owning them, not giving the accountability to somebody else. I was just being a follower. That's not accountability. That's not who yes, it is, because you did it. You did it, and you did it so boldly. Not only that, you did it twice. In the video, they showed her hitting this woman twice. And I don't know, she might have hit her even more than that. It is you until you change the behavior. It is you until you actually take accountability and you grow up with some damn sense.
Look, fake Chucky.
Exactly.
Chucky, are you? I'm a difficult tonight.
I think everybody, we've all seen the video. Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there. And we're all on the same accord that we want, I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child, all of them children.
I don't care about this as a child, ma'am. I don't care about these were children. They were involved in adult activities. They acted like wild, feral animals. They need to be in cages. Boom.
That was in that video was children.
Oh, well, they're just children. Look at how they were behaving. This is the reason why they behave this way, because you write it off as they're just children. Oh, you guys need to remember they're children, trying to make them the victims. After they ganged up, mobbed this woman and her kids. They were behaving like damn near grown adults, attacking a grown-ass woman and her kids. Want us to have empathy and sympathy for these little bastards? I don't. There are situations where I can show empathy towards kids making bad decisions. This isn't just a bad decision. Let's not conflate a bad decision with you're a fucking menace.
Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves.
Obviously not cared enough. This baby here, she's not a baby. She was involved in an adult criminal activity. So lose me with the baby crap.
Look at the mama now. Sis, look at the mama.
Right. She's
look at the mama.
I'm trying not.
Does the mama look like she hurting for anything?
Nope.
Okay, because the mama probably was getting her weave done, getting it sewn in while her child out there getting that crap going on. Okay.
She was getting her sew in. Prosperity said she was her mother was probably getting her sew in when this was.
And these are probably the same ninjas that's eating up on our goddamn EBT card taxes.
Right.
Same ones that's snatching up everything out the system as well, along with them illegal aliens. Y'all heard right. You know, the hated word that a lot of Black folks don't want to hear. I don't care.
I don't either.
So,
yeah. Right.
That's why I say, look at the mama. Hear the mama. Don't just hear the mama. Look at the mama too. Because a lot of times what we do is we'll hear and we won't look, or we'll look and we won't hear. We need to know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Who this person's character is.
Yep.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay. Thank you. Here we go.
That has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child.
Yeah.
What grade are you in, Myra?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
What grades do you get?
8th.
So this girl, this particular young lady is in 8th grade.
8th grade.
Already a menace to society.
8th grade.
Yes,
8th grade, no, but look, when I was in 8th grade, you think I could have got away with some bull like that? 8th grade is worse than being in 5th and 4th grade. And you know, that's when them kids start feeling themselves around 4th grade.
Facts.
And I was homecoming queen. I'm the captain of the cheerleading team.
And yet and still, what was she doing? How was she behaving? Y'all were trying to make it seem like, oh my God, she's so much of potential. Look at how she was behaving. This is not accountability.
Huh?
Yeah, one kid got a hoodie on.
Right.
She in the house, and the other one back there got a hoodie on.
Yeah. I guess probably getting ready to commit some other crime.
Like I said, y'all need to start charging these parents.
Right, Dorian. That's exactly what I'm saying. 8th grade, we weren't even going through this.
Right. So I'm just listening to this farce, and they're talking about all the wonderful things. So if you had all these things going for you, why were you involved in those ghetto activities? I'm asking for a friend.
And I can make a difference.
You will make a difference, right?
I will make a difference.
Girl, F all that. Well, we don't care. We don't care about your fake ass apology. We don't care about, oh, I have good grades. This isn't me. Girl, that was you in the video behaving that way. We don't want to hear it. Next.
I'm going to tell y'all, just like I tell the school every year. My
I literally transferred my son out that school.
Look at her hair, because remember, they ripped off her wig. And so after the assault, she and her son, I don't think the daughter needed medical treatment, checked her out, but she needed medical treatment and her son needed medical treatment. Look at her hair, and depending on if it was a sew-in with glue, when they snatched that wig off her hair, they probably pulled some of her hair out, depending on how it was attached.
Last year, and decided to, put him back in the school. And I don't know why I did that, but I basically transferred him back to the school because they wasn't trying to hear me out. They wasn't trying to hear me out in the beginning. They wasn't trying to hear me out when I was trying to get teachers and parent conferences. They wasn't trying to hear me out. I've been complaining to the same school for 2-3 years now. And first it was just like, okay, nitpicking, calling each other out of their name. But now we got worse to the fact that the little boy, when they go outside, he up and gun. He's showing guns in his backpack. Like, that's how worse it got. And the little boy is only, my son 9. The little boy should be only about 11, 12. He gotta be about 11 or 12. And his brother named Demetrius, he gotta be about in 5th grade. I don't know what it is, what they want to do with my son or whatever, but my son is very friendly. Like, he not the type that likes to fight. He's not a fighter. Yeah, he okay. He right here. They just smacked him very hard. And I couldn't get it. I couldn't move my son at the moment because I had my daughter standing in front of me. So it was like, if I move my daughter or move any kind of way, I don't know what these kids trying to do. So they get out of school. At 2:45. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's rewind it back to this morning when I went up to the school and told the school about the police report that I already had about everything.
This is a failure on the school. You do what you have to do to go to the school and file complaints and let them know what's happening to your son, and they do jack about it. You wonder why.
That's in Chicago. Now, let me say this about the school system, folks. We do handle when if a child comes to a teacher or administrator or counselor and talks about they're being bullied, someone's threatening them, we handle what we can. We still now, like with a school my size, well over 2,000 students, we can't be everywhere. There are more students on campus than there are adults. I don't know the demographics, the population of the school where her children go to school. But every time something happens, the first question is, where were the teachers? Again, we're in a classroom, we're doing some other duty. We can't be everywhere. I'm not making excuses, but I am giving you facts. So I wanted to throw that in there first. Here we go.
These situations happen is because nobody takes it.
Praise Queen. That's the problem. They're always, why don't the teachers do this? Why doesn't the school do that? We're already doing everything, okay? We are. Everyone is being held accountable except the parents. And that's the problem.
Seriously, people will give all this lip service about bullying, this, that, and the third. When it comes right down to it, none of these schools give a damn. They don't care. They feed into the dysfunction by allowing it to fester. It's not only that the kids' parents are...
And this lady probably doesn't know because she's not an educator, but let me tell you, to a certain extent, our hands are tied. I've already told you, particularly with Black boys and girls, lots of times when they are involved in nefarious activities, they'll get a slap on the wrist. People are concerned about their statistics, and they've been told over and over again, Black boys and Black girls, we've all been told, Black boys and Black girls are being targeted. They're being picked on because they're Black. So, ma'am, this woman not being an educator, she does not know. In many instances, we do what we can. However, our hands are tied sometimes. So, yeah.
Doing their job by raising their kids to be worth a damn. It's also that the schools are not holding these parents accountable for when their kids behave this way. They're not holding these kids accountable for when they bully and attack other kids. They have no business putting their hands on that baby. And then y'all wonder why I say I don't want to put my kids in no damn school. Because if any of these little bastards were to put their hands on my baby, I'm putting hands on their mom. I know that I don't have the restraint that this good sister had. She had a lot of restraint that I would not have. That baby deserves to be able to go to school, learn, and not have to worry about looking over his shoulder. Especially, she said the little bastard had guns. Where are the parents? How are you getting access to these things? And then they wonder why I was team bring the guard to these different neighborhoods where like this is happening. Y'all wonder why I say that these thugs, these gangs need to be labeled as domestic terrorists. Because stuff like this breeds this type of behavior amongst the babies. The babies start doing what they see. They see this type of mob mentality, this type of thuggery. They see it in their communities, and then they emulate it. They imitate that behavior that's been modeled to them. All these pro-blacks out here, they turn a blind eye to like this. All for the sake of defending Black people against white supremacy.
Yeah.
No, we need to take some time to defend ourselves against ourselves. Because that's where a lot of this trauma, that's where a lot of this negativity is coming from. It's coming from our lowest denominator terrorizing the rest.
Did you hear what she just said? It's coming from the lowest denominator. In other words, she's saying what I've been saying, that demographic inside the demographic. Okay? So we're supposed to overlook it because they're Black and we're Black. We're not supposed to say anything. Chief Rocka, that's unfortunate. Consider enrolling your kid into some type of mixed martial arts. Chief Rocka, depending on where you live. Yes, Tijuana, boom. You know the school systems are woke. You know that. There's only so much we can do. Oh, they're picking on the Black children. They give them 1,000 chances. So again, a lot of people who are not in the school system do not understand. But that's why I try to, when I come on here and we talk about these topics, I try to share that with you because you wouldn't know because you're not in the school system. Thank you, Tijuana. But I am saying that, hey, if we don't address it, now again, there's only so much I can do. I come on this platform, I share it with you. When I retire, maybe I can do something else. Right now, my teaching job pays my mortgage and all of my other bills. I can only do this part-time. So that's all I can do at this point. Yo. But the bullying is on another level. My kids now go to a predominantly white school, and I have seen the group chats. The school counselor told the color guard teacher to have the girls delete them. Yes. And so, honestly, Yo, again, I don't have children. If I did, there is no way my children would be enrolled in a public school. No way. I know what goes on there. Not from what I was told, what I have seen. Here we go.
Of us. Just because you grow up in the projects doesn't mean you should have to be subjected to a war zone. Doesn't mean that you should be subjected to your children going to school in fear, having a little 6-year-old baby being attacked. But no, it's anti-Black for me to say that.
This morning, I was at the school, okay? I stayed at that school for about 10:30 talking to, because every time I come, all of a sudden, principals and people are in meetings. Y'all can't be in meetings.
Yeah. Again, she doesn't know that. I know it. It's difficult. I work at a school. It is very difficult to get the principal or any of the assistant principals or the SRO because they're dealing with stuff every minute of the day. Not being in education, you would not know that. You would think people don't want to talk to you or they are avoiding you. That is not reality. I'm telling you facts. I work at a school. You can't find any. I told an administrator on Thursday. I called all of them looking for them. They were all busy. The SRO was busy. That's the modern reality, folks. No one is avoiding you. I'm telling you facts.
Every time I get there, y'all in some type of meeting. Okay, so I'm like, I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody, this is serious. This is serious this time. It's very serious this time because they were out last night trying to bully my son when we came back from the store. Mind y'all, the little boy that bullies my son, he don't get all rowdy and this and that until all his friends is around, okay? Until all his friends is around, until his little brother, pump him up or whatever. That's the time they get rowdy. Okay, so I'm walking. Okay, I'm just gonna start from last night, y'all. It's just been so much, and I don't even do. I stay to myself and my kids. That's it. That's all. Last night I went and took my son to the store. Y'all mad as she let a middle schooler whoop her son. A middle schooler whoop me and my son? No, my son did not get whooped. The only person that really got.
And again, folks, not saying I'm an expert or anything, but just listening to her talk, it's obvious this woman has a learning disability. And it's just something as a teacher, you pick up, you talk with someone for a few minutes, you listen to someone for a few minutes. It's obvious, she has a learning disability, and she has health problems.
He the one was me because I was protecting my kids. And I wasn't finna put my hands. I don't hit kids. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm not finna hit nobody kid, okay?
Whoever wrote that comment is a hood booger. If that's your takeaway, you just mad because you got whooped on by middle schoolers. If that's your take, understand you're a sociopath. You have issues. And we wonder why the community is effed up. It's because we got a lot of people that think that way running around. Those little middle schools had no business putting their hands on anybody. Y'all care so much about, who won the fight. That's such a childish mentality. Yep. Grow up. It's not about who won the fight. It's about you shouldn't be fighting in the first damn place.
Right.
Having some civility. Y'all know nothing about that. You just mad you got whooped on by. Really? Now, if that was a grown-ass individual leaving that comments, like I said, there's no wondering why the community is effed up the way that it is. There's no wondering why little kids were out here behaving this way because they're raised by people like that.
I am grown. I'm not going to put my hands on somebody's child. Okay, and this is why I didn't want to go live because y'all want to get up here so yeah, you mad because you got beat because you and your son got beat up by the middle schooler. Like what? No, this ain't even about that. It's all about bullying, and the only reason I'm in the hospital is because I have sickle cell anemia. Can't no little kids put me in no hospital.
Did you hear that? Yeah. So again, she has sickle cell anemia. So she already has major health issues. So these kids out here involved in these assaults, someone could possibly die because if someone already has, an extenuating health situation. Maya, I don't know if they were. I'm still trying to gather the facts and details. The great emperor of the city of Chicago, he tries to hide as much as he can. I have not heard that. I have a video, Maya, stick around. A bunch of parents went to the school. So all the police, they had to send a bunch of police to the kids' elementary school because a lot of parents were outraged. They went out there and they were going to attack the children. So this particular community, totally dysfunctional. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's finish it up.
Check that for your info. If y'all seen the video, I was literally trying to protect my kids. I wasn't worried about nothing else but my son and my daughter. What are my kids? It's about 20 kids, damn near 5th grade, all the way up until 8th grade. What is an 8th grader doing trying to swing on my son? What type of shit is that? Who is judging her? We trying to figure out why she the only motherfucker defending her kids and his grandma's aunties, cousin, etc. You right, Bam Bam. I am the only motherfucker to defend my kids because I was there at the time. I was there. I go pick up my kids. I go and pick up my kids from school. I do all of that myself. I don't need no help. I don't need none of that. Okay. You lay up. If you lay up and you know what you getting yourself into and you have kids, you have to take care of those kids. I don't know about y'all, but I'm taking care of mine. Come in, whoever. It's not about them.
You guys know how I feel about having a father in the home. You guys already know how I feel about all of that. That is irrelevant to the problem that we're talking about right now, which is this mob mentality about these kids attacking this woman, attacking her children, and the lack of accountability. I'm not going to go in on this woman. You guys already know how I feel about that. And that doesn't change. Okay. How I feel about that does not change. But the topic at hand are these little kids attacking this woman and attacking those babies.
You will make a difference, right?
I will make a difference.
Okay. So whoever laughed and whatever that's about, I want y'all to know that this baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much off you.
Yeah, she's calling her daughter a baby and all these other future inmates at the county lockup. She's calling them baby. Ma'am, they were not involved in baby activities. They were involved in adult activities, just for the record. Go ahead, Prosperity.
That's what they do. They call them babies. They call them children. But these are people who are playing these video games, getting these ideas and bringing it to the world.
Right. Exactly. Okay, here we go.
So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves.
They are not our future.
No.
And if that is our future,
their future is the local county lockup, prison, that's their future. Let them keep it up.
Then we need to just pack this up. You saying all this stuff about the future. Why you ain't raised your future to not put her hands on folks?
Boom.
This is why the kids behave this way. They have enabling ass mamas like this.
Boom.
So we want to make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we hear, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know.
There they go, talking about resources. Ma'am, it's about parenting.
And that we are available to them.
And know that it takes a village. It takes a village to raise all these kids. This is not just one person's fight. This all, and I want you to know, Kamara, this is not all on you. You taking your responsibility of the role that you played in this.
So I don't know if this is this woman's sister, whatever, relative. So she's excusing her of culpability. So everyone here is making excuses. Here we go.
And she know the role that she played in this. And I want y'all to know that
she didn't, ma'am, she did not say she played a role in this incident. So you're a liar.
This is not the kid that she is, nor will she let the internet.
Mr. Blackwell said, yes, Mr. Blackwell, boom. Not all Mr. Blackwell, but that demographic inside the demographic. And they will not take accountability. Let us know if you are new here, Mr. Blackwell. Welcome to the channel. We are exposing all of the hypocrisy. We're going to try to finish up this video because I have a short I want to share with you too.
Turn her into a kid.
It's not the internet turning her into this. These were her behaviors. These were her choices. So stop trying to detach her from her choices.
Right.
That's why folks never change, because they never understand that their choices are a reflection of who they are. So the more you try to detach her, well, she's not like that. She's not. Guess what? That type of nonsense is going to fester because she's never going to actually deal with it. She's never going to actually be accountable to it. You're enabling her to be this way. It's not the internet turning her into that, it's her choices. We wouldn't be saying any of this, right? If it's really the internet turning her into this, then it would be people seeing a picture of her and then running off with a narrative. No, there is video evidence of your daughter behaving like a little thug, putting her hands on a grown woman. So no, it's not the internet making her out to be this way. She made herself out to be that way by behaving that way. So you're not going to be able to scapegoat it onto the internet. No, it's her. Check her. That's where all this energy needs to be focused on. Her and the rest of the little thugs.
Child gonna try to say she is. So we are cooperating with investigation, or whatever needs to happen will happen. And I think we had a pretty honest conversation today, right?
Yeah.
and you understand like it's okay to be smart. You're smart. You get A's and B's.
She wasn't smart that day when she participated in that attack. Boom.
You're captain of the cheerleaders team. You was homecoming queen. You don't have to be bad just because you think it's cool. You don't have to do what other people do.
Right? This is another problem that you run into with parents. They always want to think that their kid is just so influenced. Oh, my kid would be influenced by the other kids. It's not my kid. Oh, it's just them to being peer pressured. Like you just said, she's the captain of the cheerleading squad. She was homecoming princess or queen or whatever the hell. And you don't think she's the leader of the pack? You don't get voted homecoming queen without being a leader in some form, shape, or fashion. It's all the tap dancing for me. You want to make it seem like it's all the other kids, imprinting on your child. Your child's just so innocent and she was just so influenced. Your daughter is the influencer. That's why she was homecoming queen. That's why she's cheerleading captain. She's the influencer. Y'all don't ever actually hold your children accountable for their behaviors. Understand, if my daughter were to engage in behaviors like this, first of all, I failed as a parent. Second of all, let's be so for real.
This don't define you. You are wrong, but this is not your end all be all. You can come back from this.
And you will come back from this.
You will come back from this. And everybody, give these parents and these kids, let's give the kids a little grace.
Grace. Did you see the same assault that all the rest of America? This has gone viral. Grace. That's out the window, ma'am. This was an egregious act. No grace.
Let's get to the bottom of this. This is the issue.
What is she talking about? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Okay, and on top of this,
also
respect. Adult's supposed to respect a child, and a child don't respect an adult.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Issue in our community.
Let's give them some grace. This is the issue in our community. Yeah, they are the issue. And they're bum ass parents. That is the issue. Give them some grace. You mean the grace that they gave to that mother and her children when they were beating them up? That grace? They want to be able to do everything under the sun that is negative towards you. But the moment you start giving them a fraction of that energy, because understand, the internet talking is not the same as them going up and mobbing your daughter or mobbing you. It is not the same, not the same level at all. You want to put this all on a sense of, well, the community just has these problems. Well, guess what? The community is made up of all these little problems coming together to create a community issue. Let's just focus on the abstract of the community has problems. No, let's focus on the exact incident that has happened here. That's the reason why she's bringing up the community. Well, the community has problems because then we can deflect to the overarching issue rather than talking about this specific incident that is contributing to the overarching issue. How we correct the overarching issue is by dealing with individual issues within the community. That's how we fix the community at large. It's not about just talking about these abstract ideas. No, it's going to the actual problem that are creating the overall issues within the community.
This is why the term a village, it takes a village. It's a lot for a parent. I'm not a parent, but it's a lot for.
She talking about it. Hey, I'm with Prosperity. I'm not going to be involved in a village with these ghetto hood rats. I will be involved with some kids that aren't involved in these nefarious activities like I am with the kids that I teach at the school. No, I don't want to be a part of that village. Because when I turn around, they may try to hit me in my head or rob me. Forget that.
For a parent.
You want to play the victim? Yeah, it's a lot for a parent, especially the parent that got beat up in front of her kids, that had to watch her kids get hit, hair pulled. Yeah, it's a lot for that parent.
Let these kids take accountability, but let's not dog these kids. These are kids.
Like I said, enabling the behavior. Oh, they're just kids. This is tantamount to when they say, oh, boys will be boys, when boys do things that they shouldn't do. Oh, well, boys should be boys. That's what you're doing. Well, they're just kids that could have really harmed that woman and her kids. They're just kids who could have killed them by slamming that little boy head into the concrete. They're just kids, right? They're just kids until they hurt somebody, until they murder somebody.
Let's make sure that we explain it to these kids why it's wrong. A lot of these kids are.
Okay, so that's a problem. If they don't know, she's talking about explaining to these kids why this situation was wrong. That right there tells me all I need to know about this woman and her thought process. Okay.
Other influences, and it's so easy.
Everyone, please welcome Mr. Blackwell. He says that he is new here. Mr. Blackwell, I will send you some hearts in the comment section. Welcome to the Rollins Reviews family, sir.
To say, oh, they being raised wrong. No, sometimes kids are being raised right. This child, she being raised right.
I can't tell. I can't tell by the way she squared up on that grown woman. Y'all want to say, oh, she's being raised right, but let's look at the outcome. Let's look at the end result. The end result was your little daughter putting hands on a grown woman. That's the result. So what do you mean, raised right? Well, what's your definition of right? That's my question. Because if I'm looking at the results, this is not the result of being raised right. But I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you guys feel about this whole situation?
Brenda, boom. Brenda says they are not approachable. Brenda, they're not. So they're talking about, oh, well, it takes a village. Now, if you say something to someone's child, they curse you out, they attack you. So a lot of people see children doing things wrong. They don't say anything because, and you know, because I have shown some of those videos here on YouTube. Those big backs start attacking like hippos. So people see things and they just don't say anything. My girls, I know you're going to say something about that. What in the Waffle House is she talking about? She should have told her child that behavior is wrong. She's in denial. Yeah, your child. So you said that your daughter and these children are being raised. Your daughter is being raised right. She didn't know that this was wrong to do. If she has, obviously she doesn't have more than 2 brain cells. You're telling me your daughter did not know that that was wrong. Boom, MAGA. Boom. So that's where we are. I don't want to hear the excuses. There are no words. And I have a short. I told you all these mothers, ghetto hood mentality, that demographic inside the demographic. All these black mothers, single mothers, went to the school. They were angry and outraged. They were went to the school to beat up the children. And this black man was out there like, whoa. Okay, let me show you that. So it just shows you. It's a mentality. It's a wrong mentality. But that's what they're doing, folks. So you mean to tell me these grown women are going up to an elementary school to beat up children? So obviously, again, they don't know right from wrong either.
But somebody got to teach them.
Woo. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, here, where is it? Okay, so watch this. As a single mother, I try to limit the opportunities for my girls to do something stupid. I have been told I'm too strict with my girls, and I say when they get in trouble, who will be there to help me? Boom, yo-yo. Right, yo-yo? You're right. Okay, Connie, thank you, love. Brenda, she needs a year in a detention center. Boom. You act like an animal, throw him in a cage. Listen to this. This was a black man. All these black women protesting, went up to this elementary school. They were going to go into the school and beat these children up. Now, these are alleged. These are adults who have children of their own. And this is the behavior, the hood behavior that they're involved in. And you wonder why the children act like they do. Listen to this.
School system, it's our community. I'm telling you, as black men,
private schools control their kids. Public schools should never control their kids.
Sister, all I'm saying is, when you see a black man taking responsibility for the bull that's happening to our community, y'all got to learn to stand down. Y'all got to stop this. It ain't not a war.
So this was a man talking when all these black women went up there to go in there and beat up elementary children. Go ahead, Prosperity.
That is Tyrone Muhammad, who is running for Congress. He is an ex-con.
Who?
He is Tyrone Muhammad.
Okay.
He is running for Congress.
Okay.
And he's an ex-con.
Boom. All right, but he called himself being some type of community person out here talking to these black women. Like,
Well,
so.
Oh, the little history. He called
Okay.
us talking to me when I was there on a walk, and we had a talk back.
Okay.
So therefore, like I told him, don't come to me with that. When somebody wrong me, I'm gonna check them.
Right. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you, Miss Prosperity.
Yes.
So he's talking to all these black women, and they had the police out there. It was a pandemonium because the police had to prevent all these single black mothers from entering the school. So again, these are adults. You wonder why these children act the way that they do. These were adults going to beat up elementary school students. Okay, here we go.
Between us. It's not a war. So with that, hey, what you doing? What you on?
It's the way you came. It's the way you came.
No, it's not, sister. Yeah, everybody wrong. We dealing with them, but we here. They not here. We here with you. We here. Who you fighting? Okay, then let me finish.
I'm fighting for what's right, my brother. I'm a true white man, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna fight for what's right. Them straight watched that lady get jumped on, and they didn't do nothing.
Got shot. So they know me. I'm done.
He was trying to talk. They wouldn't shut up. But I wanted you to look over here at these comments. Blaming the school sounds just as crazy as expecting the government to feed you for doing nothing. Boom.
Okay. But as a teacher, what would have been your responsibility if that had your class or your school and this had occurred? How would you have addressed it?
Okay. If you mean where the mother was attacked, or where all these big backs were coming up there to fight elementary school children? Tell me which incident, baby.
The first one that you said.
Okay, so the first one, I would have called the SRO, an administrator. Because I have a walkie-talkie in my hut. I'm outside in a hut, so you're even more excluded from everyone. So that's what I would have done. And that's all we can do. We are trained to call for help. We are told not to engage. That's what we're taught.
Right. Okay. So think that anyone there at this school called for help?
So with the initial attack, it was they weren't actually on the school grounds. So, but there had been an ongoing, from what I'm hearing, there had been an ongoing problem with these bad kids.
Correct.
So what we are required to do, like if I have a student, and I have had students come to me, hey, this student so-and-so wants to fight me during lunch, after school, whatever. I contact an administrator. I send them to an administrator so they can try to hash out things so that so the result doesn't end up in fisticuffs. That's what we're required to do. But sometimes we avert a fight, sometimes they still fight. That's all we're required to do. So
but what you just said, it should be done, because teachers cannot raise these kids. They're there to these kids. It is the parent's responsibility. But from what I'm also seeing here, if she's coming to get her kids, that's because her kids have been having this issue for a while. And what we heard is that she also had reported this to the school, but she had reported this to the police.
Yep. So this has been an ongoing problem.
Because these people can't protect these kids, as they're a lot of times even on the grounds or off the grounds, because kids will even attack teachers.
Okay, let me say, since you said that, Okay, I called about 2 weeks ago. I called a parent. Her son was supposed to be in my third period class. He was not there. I called her to let her know that he was not in my class that day and he had not been in my class for about a week. He had been going to his first and second period classes. He wasn't coming to my class, which was third period. So then his mother, of course, a single mother, said she gets angry because when I called her initially, she said, "Where's my son?" And when I told her he was skipping my class, "Well, where is he?" I said, "Ma'am, we have over 2,000 students at this school. So when parents call or we call them and they get irate, they hold us responsible because we don't know where their child is." Ma'am, I wanted to say, that's your son skipping my class. I don't know where he is. He's failing his classes anyway, but they get angry with us. And I told her, there are over 2,000 students at this school. We have roughly 120 teachers. Do the math. Yeah, we don't know where all these kids are. I'm in my classroom teaching. So are the other teachers. The guidance counselors are in the guidance office. The administrators are busy. Tijuana, look at Prosperity. Look what Tijuana. Tijuana said I read them out.
That's Tijuana.
I sure did. And I really like him. But I still call him mother.
Tijuana, you have to, because if a child is not showing up for class, that's a problem right there that the parent must be made aware of. Because it's time for your child telling that class, the parent want to come there and want to throw stones.
Yeah, they come up there. Why didn't you tell me my child was failing? Why didn't you tell me my child wasn't coming to? So I do a lot of calling. Tijuana, I rat out a lot of students. I have a parent I have to call Monday because Friday I had a teacher's workshop. So my classroom had a sub. And so the sub told me some girl that went to the bathroom stayed 30 minutes. So now I have to call her mother and write her up. CCD, back in black. I hate to say it. I've been too long. I'm glad to be back. All right, ACDC, back in black. I hit the side. Boom. I know that song. My favorite song by them, though, is You Shook Me All Night Long. But yeah, Prosperity, you're right. We're held accountable. And so, like I said, she sounded irate, but I remain calm. Ma'am, I don't know. Where is my son? Ma'am, we don't know. I'm coming up there. So she came flying up there. They called her son's name over the intercom. So I guess he went down there and then she took him home.
Okay. And then just so you are aware, in my there are two, one accountability and the other is responsibility.
You're breaking. You're coming in and out, Prosperity. You're coming in and out, dear.
Okay. How about, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. There's two definitions of roles when it comes to my occupation. There's accountability and then there's responsibility.
Yes.
And responsibility would be the teacher. The accountability would be the parent, because the parent is the one who has to make the decision. The responsibility is giving them what's happening, the problem, the solution, and now the parent is the one who makes the decision to do something about it. So that's where your role would not be accountability. Your role is only responsibility.
Yes, ma'am. Good point. Good point. Yeah. Thank you. Nemo, the parents need to look in the mirror and then they can tell their children are failing. Yeah. You have a child. I should not have to call you and tell you that your child is failing. You should be keeping up with what they're doing academically. Good point, Nemo. Chief Rocker, thank you for your support. I just sent you some hearts in the comment section. Chief Rocker says, the community should take the protest to the Cook County Prosecutor's Office. They need to publicly push for the arrest of all students involved. Boom. Yes. I'm with you. Yes. 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 Star Child. Welcome. Welcome, Star Child.
Y'all would have been Star Spangled Banners up in here.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Star Child says, these ladies do not understand. Parenting is a full-time job. No foundation gives your child a I don't know what F teacher. And F, teachers build off a foundation they do not create. Thank you, Star Child. What it is, since you brought that up, Star Child, let me tell you a major part of the problem. They think that we are professional babysitters. We are not. We are just a part of the equation. If you do not raise your child, I don't have the time of day to raise your child and try to teach your child and 25 others. I don't.
That's right.
There she is. She is pressing charges. And you know, my girl, Pink Book Lessons, she feels just like we do. So I'm going to play her video and then we'll be done for the day. Hit that like button, please, folks, if you are enjoying the content. CCD, Rolynn's Reviews, better than calling a parent, telling them their kid is skipping and their response is, I have a kid. Boom. CCD. Woo. All right, wow. CCD, I'm going to get you for that one.
That's deep.
That's deep. Oh, my God. CCD is new here, and CCD is giving me the business. I love it. Our girl, Pink Book Lessons, she calls out these people in their nonsense. We'll play her video, and then we're out of here. Because she calls it what it is, too.
Explain myself to y'all, but y'all seem confused, and I don't do the confusion. Yeah.
So listen to this.
Yes, I was there.
Listen to this hood rat. She was there when it was going on. Oh.
Yes, I was there. Did I touch that lady? No, I did not touch that lady.
So the people who were there, who were just filming it, that did not participate in the assault, they're excusing their culpability. I was just there. I did not touch her. Again, therein lies the problem. Okay? So you don't know that it was wrong for you to sit there, laugh, and record. Oh, I didn't hit her, so I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. Right. Exactly.
Okay. Right, Yo-Yo? Right, Prosperity?
Did I touch her kids? No, I did not touch her kids. Talking about some, why you let your niece fight that lady and her kids? Mind your business. I'm not her CEO.
So you see the attitude we're dealing with. Mind y'all business. First of all, you need to take a class in English. Let's use proper English. So you see, this is the demographic inside the demographic that causes all of the issues. Boom.
Oh, and I'm not her mama. And another thing, I just sat there and minded my business.
I sat there and minded my business. So again, the mindset. I was there. I watched it. I filmed it. I didn't hit the woman. I did nothing wrong. Girl, Prosperity. Pray for me. Pray for me. Yeah, you're guilty by association. Right. Yo-Yo.
It ain't.
You can't mess with me, Yo-Yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out. Yo-Yo, you know what I'm referencing. You remember that song?
You got to explain because it's all there, babes. She goes on to jokingly say how she was an innocent bystander and she doesn't believe in violence. You literally watched the violence happen. Your niece is literally a part of the violence, and you're not her CEO. You're not her mama. I don't give a damn if this is your brother's child, sister's child, whoever's child. You mean to tell me that you cannot reprimand your niece when you know that she's doing dead wrong? Or do you really?
She didn't reprimand her. She didn't try to stop her because she was enjoying it. These are hood activities. You attack people, you assault people, you carjack people, and you record it, you laugh, you upload it to your social media pages. These are hood activities that they participate in. Boom.
Not know. Because it seems to be that you are very ignorant, that you're very remedial, and that you take this lightly. See, this could have ended up being a very expensive weekend for you and your entire family. But thank goodness that mother that God sent was only concerned about protecting her children instead of harming y'all's. But we wondering why the children are behaving like this. Look at what they come from. Look at the stock that they come from.
the mothers are losers and the fathers are losers, and then they reproduce, and then they're unleashed. These children, these wild feral children, are unleashed on the rest of society. Someone tell me I'm wrong. I know it's cruel, but it's truth.
That's girl's auntie. Look at where she come from. And the same woman who, by the way, is bragging about dining and dashing. It's just a whole generation of degenerates.
And that's what they are, degenerates. Yes, I know people will come down in my comment section. Oh, you hate Black people. You hate yourself. No, I don't. I am fine with me, but I don't like these wild, feral, I don't even want to call them human beings. I don't like their activities. I don't like how they're victimizing people who have done nothing to them. Yo-Yo, you're not. Thank you, Yo-Yo. Thank you, Chief Rocker.
I want to bring your attention to the woman right here. Apparently, she's the auntie of the child that popped this whole thing off. Remember the 33-year-old Chicago mom with sickle cell that was attacked along with her son and daughter as she walked them home after school? That video went viral. It was a whole gang of elementary kids putting hands and feet on this lady and her 9-year-old son. Well, there was a bigger kid that set this whole thing off and let this group of children allegedly get them to attack this woman and her children. The older kid is reportedly in middle school, an 8th grade girl. She's the one who went up to the mother and threw the first punch, setting off this whole situation. Well, this woman right here is supposedly her auntie. According to her, she was also there when this happened. She was a witness. So she saw her niece punching a grown woman, and instead of doing anything about it, she sat up there and condoned it. And it didn't help that the niece came online with her mama with an apology that social media isn't happening.
Her aunt being that young, that tells you all you need to know. That did I say something wrong? This girl, the one who cried all crocodile tears, she's the niece to the young lady that was talking earlier. That tells you all you need to know.
Happy with, because they said the girl wasn't serious. She thought it was funny or amusing. And her mama was also online talking crazy to everybody while trying to defend her daughter, saying she got good grades and how they better not do this or that. That was the response after her daughter attacked a grown woman and got all these little kids to jump in. Go ahead and look at this right here. It's a little girl and her mama explaining.
So we've already looked and listened to that, but there's some others coming after this that I want you to hear. So she was the ringleader, and she claimed she was influenced. Yes, yo, yes. That's why I've been going nuts. She was like, oh, I was just a follower. And her mother and these other people, they're condoning it. They're making excuses. They are enabling. So that's why I have nothing to say. I don't want to hear about her being prom queen and all these other. I don't want to hear any of that. I do not, because it's all a bunch of malarkey. That's all it is.
Word for that too, sis, is to take all that away from her. That's the best reward that school can do for her.
Yep, take everything. Everything. I'm with you. You're out here acting like a wild animal. Yo, you didn't catch the first one? Yo, you can do the replay, okay, and check that out. Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
And her mama want us to hear about how she was the homecoming.
Okay, and Pink Book lessons, she does not play. She tells it like it is.
Wait, stop the madness. Why are you coming up here reading off this resume of accolades after we just saw this little girl run up and punch a grown woman? She's in the 8th grade. She attacked a 33-year-old woman while she was walking her kids home. And her mama want us to hear about how she was the homecoming queen while skinning and grinning, telling us how she got A's and B's. Okay, thank you for telling us and confirming that she obviously had sense and knew exactly what she was doing. Yeah, she was the ringleader. She's over all these little kids allegedly ordering attacks on other little kids and adults. So yeah, tell us more.
The captain of the cheer.
So while she's talking, we'll ignore it because we know it's. I told you, give her an Emmy, an Oscar, give her something for this performance. What a joke.
Kids look up to her. So she's using that influence to encourage other kids to destroy other children and adults. Listen, I don't care what this mama is talking about. This girl kicked this whole thing off. A little girl operating these little kids like a remote control.
Very sick, by the way. And you got the mama and her family telling us she made A's and B's. That's not helping. It's just confirming that she knew exactly what she was doing.
Right. They don't realize the things that they're saying, they think are helping her cause, her case. You're making it look worse because she knew better.
So yeah, keep it up. Tell us more.
Look at those fake tears. Oh my God. These children don't have a chance. And her mother should not have been on there talking about all of her accolades. Her mother should have been on there saying she's going to apologize. This was wrong. CCD. Everyone look at CCD's comment. Did she get A's and B's after threatening her teachers? Boom. Oh my God. Good question. Woo, I love it. My girls, they all look nefarious and need to be locked up. My girls, you know we're on the same page.
A girl that will go up and punch a 33-year-old grown woman is dangerous. She's on.
Right. That's my point. Where will she be in 10 years? She's doing this at this age. Lock her up now.
Only a kid and she's already moving like this. She basically ordered all these children to jump on that mother and her children. This right here is the type that will get your daughter slashed, because she's just jealous, or the type that will set your sons up. Yeah, this little girl dangerous already in the 8th grade. The ringleader of all these little kids in the streets coming home from elementary school. And no doubt about it, they targeted this woman and her son. Yeah, they jumped on that mother and her kids, all because she was weak with sickle cell. She's got some health issues, some sort of disability with her.
I told you, did I not tell you folks? This woman is not well. And I don't know how Pink Book found out. I told you, as soon as I heard this woman open her mouth, I knew she had some type of learning disability. Listen to her talk. As a teacher, we can talk. As soon as someone talks for about a minute or less, we know if they have a learning disability. We've been trained. I would sue those hyenas mamas out of Section 8 and EBT. Yeah, take all government assistance away. Boom. Yes. Imagine if she put that type of energy into something positive. Yes, yo. Yes.
Walk in her speech, and that's 100% out of order. If they pick on grown women like this, how do you think they handle kids with disabilities in school? And just because she was the homecoming queen, we're supposed to excuse her disgusting behavior? No, she targeted that mother because of her disability. And you don't have to look too far to see who's raising this disgusting human being.
It makes her.
So we want to make sure that we check that.
So look, all these people are wrong. And that's part of the problem. And they're making excuses. And you don't hear them saying, oh, it's horrible what our relative did to this woman and her children. No, maybe I missed it, praised it. Maybe I took a quick nap. Did you hear her apologize? And then here's some more people. That little girl that attacked the Chicago mom. Let's listen to this because you haven't seen this.
That you sat on that live with that hoodie on, looking like Cleo, ready to set it off, lets me know that you would do it all over again if you had.
Boom. People that some of these people that live in the hood, they're saying the same thing we're saying. That girl was not sorry. And hey, Future, let me let you hear this. Hold on again. That's what I like. People that talk real. Prosperity, listen to this. This woman sounds like you.
She just said what I said. I mentioned that hoodie on while she's at posting.
Set it off. Cleo from Set It Off. Oh, we got to go back to this. Oh my God.
Little girl. The fact that you sat on that live with that hoodie on, looking like Cleo, ready to set it off, lets me know that you would do it all over again if you had the chance to. And please don't think that we don't know that you tried to play in our face with that whack apology. It was very forced and it was very disingenuous. Not only that, the fact that you sat up there laughing and trying to smile through it all pissed me off even more. And to that woman that was in the video with you talking about she's just a child. Well, she wasn't a child when she raised her hand and started swinging on that grown woman. So guess what? From here on out, you get grown woman treatment. Not only that, see, y'all tried to play with that lady, but God didn't play about her. That woman got a new house. She got a new car. She moved out of that neighborhood and her children now go to a new school. Not only that, a local rapper now is going to fly her and her family out to LA for the weekend and covered all of their Christmas stuff.
Oh.
The reality of it is that apology that you gave will not take away the memories that lady is going to have to live with for the rest of her life from what y'all did to her and her children. So you can keep that.
You put your motherfucking daughter on this motherfucking internet and you want to first tell us not too much, don't disrespect your daughter, have some respect they fucking kids. We don't give a fuck about if they kids or not. Because if half of us was at that motherfucking and we was on site at that fucking school, we would have forgot they was kids. Because remind your fucking daughter and her regular friends that they was the fucking children and they should have showed some fucking respect. You know how stupid you fucking look as a mother, got your fucking daughter on this fucking internet, that little motherfucker sitting there smirking and that was a fourth fucking apology. And them two bitches that you had behind you.
Okay, this woman need to go repent, Prosperity. Every other word is woo, but what she's saying is true. Oh my God, people, this set the internet off. It did.
Oh, listen, they kids, you the kids are our future. Stay in my fucking future. Nope. Not them raggedy motherfuckers. You got me up. You done put your fucking raggedy daughter on this mother internet with two other.
Ow! Woo! This woman right here is too real. This woman, Nemo. This woman has had black fatigue for years, it sounds like. Nemo said, I need her link. I'm sending her some. This woman right here is fed up. I don't know her name. Oh my God. I love this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I will have you all to know that I have repented.
Yes. Hey, Prosperity, this lady is real. I love this lady right here. Oh my God. Here we go. Oh my God.
Behind you. Oh, listen, they kids, you the kids are our future. Stay in my fucking future. Not them raggedy motherfuckers. You got me up. You done put your fucking raggedy daughter on this mother internet with two other adults. That video showed me everything I fucking needed to know. I see why your daughter did that. You think we give a fuck about her good grades? You think we give a fuck about her being a captain of any cheerleader? And she don't need to be the captain of. Because if she clearly showed us she can't lead a mother. They never couldn't lead, and I don't give a that I called her because she's a child. I don't give a. They wasn't acting like children. So don't get on this internet giving us that an apology and think we're gonna swallow that. Keep that. And like I said, that video and the way you were speaking and the way them other two behind you was acting, it tells me everything I need to know why your daughter acted like that. Get the out of here.
Okay, yeah. Everyone, hey, CCD said that woman had all the receipts. CCD, this woman has some severe black fatigue. Okay, severe. He brought all the receipts. Maga said, oh my God, she's got a spicy way of saying it, but it's all true. Yes, Maga, you're right. CCD. Yes.
Your early chatters would be totally offended by this woman coming on here saying that, right?
This woman has fatigue. You're right. You're right.
Those two that left off before I jumped on, because that's why I jumped on, because I wanted a piece of that.
A piece of the action. All right. Covering you. Make my dreams come true. A piece of the action. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Those that don't know, that's that movie, A Piece of the Action. Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier, and I'm singing the title song, Delicious. All right, here we go. Yeah, here's another one. Set it off.
And you as a mother to come up here and try to justify what that little bad little girl did, yeah, you definitely the problem. So, of course, we didn't, TikTok and the people's in the street, we're going to find out what's going on. We done found out who the little one who started with the punch. We done found out who she, and we all knew it was going to be that one parent that come out and say, my child is good. My child gets straight A's and B's. She on the cheerleading team. She was prom queen, and she is the ring leader.
Oh,
yeah, she the ring leader. It's usually the ones who got the most. And guess what? It's the ones who ain't got nothing either. Because them little boys and that other little girl that was sitting up there fighting the little boy, found out that they mama is an addict.
Woo! Boom. Hey, these YouTube and social media streets, they will dox you. They will get your information. So you do something stupid, your children do something stupid, boom. CCD. This is what happens when kids eat Tide Pod. Boom. Yo. Yeah, here we go. It ain't no surprise.
She round here squatting in an apartment. The kids ain't got nothing. They barely can get up and go to school. Probably going.
So again, the internet is undefeated. So they were picking on this woman and her children, and some of them living in a place where their mammy is squatting. So that means she's there illegally. All right, this woman is dropping all the receipts. Here we go.
The school smelling. They getting bullied, sound like. So now they done walked home from school and decided they wanted to fight a grown woman. And then you can hear one of the kids in there saying, "Don't hit my brother. You grown. Don't hit him." What you mean? You finna get a grown ass whooping. Do you hear me? Kids would have been slanging everywhere.
Okay, I'm with this woman, and I don't advocate violence, but some of these kids, you're involved in adult activities, you're going to get adult consequences. They need to be laid out like Family Guy. Boom.
Like over popcorn around that mother. Do you hear me? And again, it always that one or two parents that's got to come out and make it seem like they kid is being pressured into doing. I hope that lady sue every last one of you mother.
Sad part is, even if she does sue them, they don't have anything. You can't get their government benefits if you sue them.
Do you hear me?
Bro, lock them up. Throw away the key. Lock them up. Throw away the fucking key.
All right, a black male here who has black fatigue. So all these people coming in here in my comment section telling me I hate black people and I hate myself. Like I said, there are plenty of black people on social media saying the same thing I'm saying. And this gentleman is right. Lock them up. I'm all for it. I'm here for it too.
Bro, watching that video pissed me the off. Literally, the boy was hugging his mom and they were talking. Then they beat the mom up, and then they beat the son up. Talking about, yeah, get him. Y'all need to know what y'all kids is out here fucking doing.
They don't know and they don't care. They just have them, and they just turn rabid and feral. They don't raise them.
Bro.
Not all, some. So don't drop in my comment section for those of you who have selective hearing. I grew up with my friend's Hispanic family. I spent all my time there, and I learned my parents parent like a community. If I was wrong, my parents didn't care if his parents gave me a whooping. CCD, we need to get back to that. Very good point. Jeremiah, I'm with Prosperity. I want to be in action, sidelines for the chumps and beta males. Woo! Chief Rocker, Jesse Jackson, he was admitted to the hospital. He's in poor health. So yeah, he's not able to do anything. And he wouldn't. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all these black Democratic gatekeepers, the only thing they're pushing is illegal immigration. Anything that happens with black people, and they're always talking about Black Lives Matter. This does not fit their narrative, so he's not going to say anything. He's not going to do anything. I haven't heard BLM, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus. None of these people have said a word. No, ma'am, no, sir. The Sun. Okay. Good point. Go ahead, Prosperity.
Chief Rock, you said Jesse Jackson Jr. So he's inclusive of the rest of those that we called out. They wouldn't do anything.
Nope.
I had a fallout with a guy who is supposedly Dr. something that is in charge of the Black Panthers in Chicago. He and we had words with one another.
Yep.
And our words was he was out there supporting illegals, and I asked him, "What are you doing for the black community?"
Nothing.
Boom.
Boom. But there you go. Let me read Praise Queen. Praise Queen says, hardworking, decent Black people are tired of this nonsense. These hyenas and their offspring are out of control. Praise Queen. I think I'm going to pin your comment because I'm sick and tired of people dropping in or coming once the live stream is over and telling me I am a coon and all these other words I am not allowed to say on YouTube, and an N-word. I hate Black people. I hate myself. No, decent. What Praise Queen just said. Decent Black Americans who are out here working hard are sick and tired of these wild, feral children. All right, and we are. These hyenas and their offspring. And again, I'll say it again. So once a few of these are unalived and laid out like Family Guy, maybe they will get the message. Boom. And I'm not crying. I'm not marching. Here we go.
Your kids is out here bad as a mother. Lock their ass up. They need to learn. I'm sorry. I'm not forcing kids to jail, but they need to go. They need to go for a while, bro. For real. For real, bro. I reposted the video. I did, because I know y'all like to say that I reposted the video, bro. That pissed me the fuck off, bro. If that was my baby mama, oh, God. I would have all them kids up. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I would have them all up. I ain't saying I'm going to, do nothing crazy. But I'm going to that up. Because that video pissed me the.
That's what I'm saying. Decent, hardworking Black people, men and women. And I showed you, and you could Google it. All those Black women went to that school. They were going in there to beat those children up.
Off. What the f is wrong with y'all? And she had sickle cell too? Oh, y'all thought y'all wasn't going to get in trouble, huh? Man, that's exactly why when I be walking outside and I be walking into a group of kids, I don't walk through them motherfuckers, because as soon as you motherfuckers with me, man, I'm going to f you up. Straight up. When I'm walking with my kid. Bro, that video hurt my feelings, bro. Lock that up, bro. I don't even want to talk about it. No. Lock that.
As you can see, the internet is fired up about this situation. I mean, everybody is upset about it, rightfully so. And if you saw that video and what those kids did to that little boy and his mama, who was only walking home, you will be upset too. Then for the mom of the little girl who set it all off to get online, acting like her daughter was just following the other kids, when it's very clear her daughter was the ringleader that got all the little kids activated. She's not making this any better. The auntie is out of order too. Absolutely crazy. The auntie was there when it all happened. And her getting on social media with her ignorant response didn't help either. This right here is the family the little girl came from, and that told us everything. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started.
And we know, because we said that. We see the problem. Trolls are a sign you are doing something right, Rolynn. You struck a nerve and they don't like it. Boom. Thank you, Brenda. Anytime you're trying to release the truth. And Brenda, you've been here long enough. MAGA, Prosperity, CCD, Nemo, Chief Rocker, I think is new. I don't care what color you are, you will get called out. If you're Black, you're just Black. It's not like I made this story up. It went viral. Okay? So how am I being racist or derogatory towards Black Americans? If you didn't do this, okay, guess what? I wouldn't have a story. I'd be talking about something else. I'm just saying. Wrong is wrong and what's right is right. Boom. And so that's what I'm saying, Nemo. They get mad. And like I tell people when I'm talking about these sensitive subject matters, you don't like what I'm saying. I'm not the only Black content creator saying this. Okay, I'm not. And so even if you don't like what I'm saying, there are plenty of others out here also exposing the truth. Yes. And that's what it is, Chief Rocker. And I will not stop calling it out. I don't care that they don't like it. They're probably not subscribed to my channel anyway. So guess what? If shots are fired, they're just fired. If they don't do these things, I can't talk about them.
Hey, sis.
Yes.
I actually had some comments told me that they unsubscribed from my channel because the bastards can't handle it. And I'm like, goodbye.
What happened? I didn't hear you.
I tell them. I said,
Okay.
I actually had some. Can you hear me now?
No, you're in it. You're
It's
cutting
probably
in
what.
and out.
Okay, I'm gonna type it in the comments.
Okay, yeah, because you're cutting in and out. It's an unstable connection today, for some reason. Yes, Nemo. So you can call me a coon or whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to shut up. And I need to show you. I need for you. How many of you are on Truth? If you're on Truth Social, type a 1 in the comment section, please. Because if you are, I want you to follow Rolynn's Reviews on Truth Social. I just created my account. For some reason, I don't understand why. On my desktop, I kept trying to create a Truth Social account. It would not let me. Then I bought a new laptop and I used Microsoft and it let me create Microsoft Edge let me. So Google, well, we know they're left leaning. So now I'm on Truth Social. If you're new here, I'm on Facebook. Rolynn's Reviews is on Facebook, Instagram, Truth Social, and X or Twitter. I get mad too. I'm like, man, where is the wooden spoon? Yeah, yo. You can't mess with me, yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out. Woo, yo. So that's all I have for you today. I may run a live stream later on these protests that are going on here where I live. I may drive to Raleigh if they have protests there. I don't know. Okay, yo, thank you. And I'm just joining, so I don't know. I'll check it out. Thank you, Prosperity, for dropping that link. Prosperity said she lost subs due to being honest. I gladly showed them the exit. Boom. So you know you're spilling facts they don't want to hear. I'm watching my grandson. Thank you, my girls. Thank you so much. So these kids, like so many others in these poor Black communities, guess what they're doing? They're running with the devil. Someone tell me who made that song, Artist and Year. They're running with the devil. Thank you, Yo, for subscribing to Prosperity. She calls it out. She doesn't care either if people don't like it. She calls it out. So people come in here in our chat with their feelings on their shoulder. We don't care. We're telling the truth. We can't help that the perpetrators were Black. Van Halen, boom. Exactly. Maya sisters, as Brandon Johnson made a statement of, no, Maya, no. Listen, Emperor Johnson will not say a word if it does not involve illegal aliens. 1978, actually, jet lag, close enough. Excuse me, I'm going to have to go get some water. Thank you, Yo. I may, look for me, maybe 6:30. I may start a live stream up. Ooh. If we have a protest here in Raleigh. What happened? So I'm going to have to get off and go get some water. I love you all. Excuse me. And I'll come right now and talk to you in the comment section. I enjoyed you. Check about 6 or 6:30. Thank you so much, Yo, for joining our family. And I'm coming right now to talk to you in the comment section. I love you all. Be safe. Thank you, Maga. Love you too. Here we go. Love you too, Tina. Thank you so much. You know, I don't care. We're going to continue to drop the facts. If people don't like it, well, there's some other content creators that they can go to that tells lies. CCD, jet lag. I'll be live. I'll probably go live 6:30 if we have some protests going on here in North Carolina, I may jump on and let it live stream. Okay. Love you all. Be safe. I'm coming to talk to you right now in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Prosperity, for your insight as well.